This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 95. I am the Flesh Man, and that's all I'm going with today, baby. Let's go.
I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, and I guess I will have to be the king of controversial comments tonight. So it is what it is.
We gonna cut it short. It's Cool Mike, aka Dr. Mike, and we some brothers talking shit.
With your cool ass.
So you said cool.
Your boy Jay, Big Belly Rude Boy. And this is
Let's go, man. Well, let me give y'all a little feedback, man. As a thread, as a group thread, as a group chat, whatever you want to call it. We've had a good weekend, fellas, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was real good, man. I can't hold you, man. I had a great weekend, and all those kind of things. Then, like, about, I want to say an hour and a half ago to an hour ago, we get this news of this George Floyd situation, man. And it's like, I'm really getting to a point like, damn, like, when do this shit stop, man? Like, when do this shit, when do it stop? Like, I really found myself.
Before you cook, bro,
like,
you got to get some context. This is still very new. You got to say what it is.
Bad,
you can't just say George Floyd when this shit stops.
My bad, Joe.
You got to give some context, bro.
You're right. So George Floyd, he's not from Minneapolis, but he was in Minneapolis. And I guess the cops, from what I'm hearing, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, he was getting stopped for, what's the shit called when you signing some shit that you ain't got no business signing?
Graffiti?
I heard it was, a signature.
Some checks or something.
Oh, forgery.
Something like that, right?
Forgery.
Yeah, forgery, right. I guess the cops come. I didn't see the beginning of the video. All I seen was this white cop, knee on his neck. We seen him. We watched him die on that video. If you seen that video, he went from being interactive to not being active at all. And you know that when all the weight, when he ain't even there when he fought. When they go back or they go to pick you up, and it's like dead weight, man. And then, the cop just kept his knee on his neck for like. The people who was there was like, listen, he not breathing. He not answering. He not doing anything. And that cop kept his knee on his neck for at least another 3 to 5 minutes, it felt like. I don't know, it felt like forever watching the video. So I'm not actually sure.
Video I saw was 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that man died right there on that sidewalk. That man died right there on that sidewalk with that cop knee on his neck. And them cops, the move too, because the cop came and checked his check to see if he had a pulse, and they got him out of there quick. Because if they'd have let them people know he was dead, it could have really, really, really got super duper ugly. But man, I'm just at a point.
So what you were saying, where you said it was acting, they was acting at the end. They was pretending he was.
Right, almost on some quick, like they got him out of there quick.
Definitely on some. Just what you said. I mean, they was pretending like Mike Pence was carrying the fake boxes. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, bro.
No, cool. Man, listen, man. It's just...
What movie was that? Oh, it was motherfucker with Denzel.
Right.
Remember at the beginning when they ran up there and
American Gangster. Partner, right.
You know what I'm saying? Was in there with the bad drug deal. And he's like, yo, we got to pretend like he's still alive, because if it don't, it's going to be a motherfucking riot. That's exactly what that reminded me of. Exactly. Right? And they carried him out there with the fake bag and held the badges up, knowing damn well he was dead.
They knew he was dead.
But go ahead, bro. I'm
No. Please, let's just go. I mean, let's go.
I'm sick and tired of seeing this shit, right? You would think after, the whole Eric Gardner situation and that being such a polarized thing, you would think it would stop. But no, why would it stop? When those guys, it was literally on video and they literally didn't get prosecuted for it, right? You know what I'm saying? Today, these guys lost their jobs. So fucking what? Right? You know what I'm saying? That man lost his life. No matter what he did, he shouldn't have been treated like that, right? I can't breathe. My neck hurt. My throat hurt. My whole body hurt. I can't breathe. How calm do you want a motherfucker to be, right? Do you know you couldn't drown yourself if you wanted to? Do you know that? You know you couldn't hold your head under a fucking bucket of water and kill yourself if you wanted to. That's not how it works. There have to be some outside forces. You know why? Because the natural thing for you to do is self-fucking-preserve, right? So if anybody's on your neck or you can't breathe, you're going to be erratic. You're going to move. All these things are doing. What the fuck you mean calm down? Stop moving. That's not natural. A motherfucker who can't breathe is going to fight to breathe because that's what it is. If you're in the chokehold, you'll just let a motherfucker L you out. You kick it, right? You know what I'm saying? When people drown, it's because of outside forces. You can't swim. Rip currents, tides, whatever. But it's not under your own. You know what? I think I'm just going to stop breathing. That's just not how life works, man. So when people are saying things like that and it is ignored and it's right there, the next iteration of this is going to be, let's get this motherfucker off of him, right? You know what I'm saying? So you going to go in there full Ray Lewis style. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead, hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, we're doing all right.
We ain't doing that.
Yeah, a motherfucker gonna go full Ray Lewis style and goddamn run after and check a motherfucker. Because you already know what the vibe is. And you just sitting there watching it. Like, your partner is so engulfed in being your partner that he not even fucking doing the right thing and say, hey, bro, let him up, ease up. He already had him in handcuffs. Where was he going to go? Right? What was he going to do? Right?
It's the reason.
Yeah.
It's a reason that law enforcement and pretty much no one can do a rear naked choke anymore because they've seen the damage that what it causes to people. And at the same time, it's like you said, he's in handcuffs. You can't. I mean, where you going to run to the pawn shop and like take me, uncuff me or whatever? So that's the problem that is running into where's your loyalty? Is your loyalty to the person or is your loyalty to your partner? Because as a policeman, you're supposed to, protect and serve for the community, for whoever and everything. And what I think is going to come back to, I don't know if y'all remember, I can't remember, maybe 7-10 years ago, when up in Philly, when they started shooting police again.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that. Like, so it's just like, is it going to come down to that?
It might have been like 3 or 4 years, bro. It ain't been that long. It's been like it ain't been that long.
It's a minute ago,
so,
right? A couple of years.
Yeah. So what is it going to get back to? Like, do I get out my car now, or do I just take off? I mean, me personally, I don't get out my car. I'm not getting out. I'm not rolling my window down unless it's 2 police around. I'm just not. And then so what I found out is last week I was getting pulled over, and it was in the middle of 95. So I called into dispatch and said, hey, I'm pulling over at so-and-so restaurant because I don't feel safe being in the open with a cop behind me. So they called into the car, and the cop kind of understood, but man, that's a lot to go through.
What you just called 911, Jay?
Yeah, I called 911. I said, I have a cop behind me. I said, I'm on 95 southbound, yada yada. I said, it's one officer. I said, I'm an African American male. I don't feel comfortable with a cop just one stopping me, so I'm gonna pull over to a restaurant or whatever's the next exit. And so I say, if you could dispatch to him so he won't think I'm fleeing or evading or whatever, would be great. And so the lady was like, okay, yes, I can do that. She was like, make sure you, be safe and do distances and use your signals and stuff. So when I got there, he still questioned like, hey, why didn't you pull over? And I'm like, I don't know this town. I don't know what y'all doing. Last time I checked, an officer, down here killed a guy because he was changing the tire. So, he was like, oh, well, that's a bad perception. I'm like, your perception ain't too good right now, buddy. So,
Right.
I'm
and
like,
that's actually, you're right. You do not have, you have the right to pull over in a lighted space, right? You know what I'm saying? A lit place that's populated, right? That is your legal right to do so, right? That's just not something they share with you because, like, these motherfuckers got complexes, dog. That whole situation was about a complex. When you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, right? Like, what the fuck was he going to do? But I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead, talk, bro.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're good. You're good.
Yeah, like
No, real. My thing was too, like, it's like he did it on purpose to make the people mad. Like, he didn't check him or move his leg
that's what
just
it
because
went
they
to,
kept
for
telling
sure.
them to.
100%.
Right.
I'm gonna show you, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I ain't going to let up. Right. I'm the
Right.
cop. Right. I got
Like,
the bag. I got the gun. That's
So right now, I don't know how real the pictures are, but it's starting to come out him in it wasn't even like a MAGA hat. It was like some other kind of iteration of such. I don't know if it's real or photoshopped at this point, but it wouldn't surprise me. You hate to you almost hate to say it, but it is what it is, man. That man face as he was doing that in that video was a weird, sustained but controlled anger. It's almost like you could see him putting force into his knees, but it wasn't like, you know what I mean? But it was like,
you can
and
see
I'm
the
gonna show
pressure.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could see the pressure. You could see it. You could, man. It's very difficult. Especially when we all going through stuff. So you work on yourself. And in this process, especially Corona and all that kind of stuff, mental health is a real thing where you should be protecting your own mental health. So for me personally, I do that by eliminating certain things, eliminating certain songs or whatever, especially in the moment. Okay. So it's very difficult to reconcile the fact that you're trying to elevate and stay in an uplifted and positive place and mindset, and yet and still, like, this happened, right? And it was like 2 or 3 other wild things that happened in a short span, and it's just not even natural to see, man. It's not natural to intake. If it was a movie that made me feel like that, I would change the channel because I don't want to be in a place because I'm working on myself, kind of thing. And they really don't care. And not only that, they may care in a way that there is malintent and malice behind it. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. You know what I mean? It's like what they say. If somebody show you who they are, believe them the first time, right?
Right.
So like, they not even wild. Politicians and all that, man. This shit is a big old movie and big old farce and big old play. This shit, people say they care, they really don't care. You know what I mean? You get somebody die like that on camera, and can you only imagine what that's doing to people, right? And they're gonna run this same. How the fuck did you think you was gonna see something more egregious than Arbery's murder on camera? How'd you think you was gonna see that in the next couple of weeks? Some shit that was worse than that come out.
Right.
It's just a vicious cycle, man. Like the same shit that happened in South Carolina when the guy was running from the cop and the cop shot him in his back. We're like, oh shit, that's crazy. And the same thing with Eric Gardner. And we can go down the list to me right. Like, it's just egregious thing after egregious thing. Philando Castile. We could go. That whole thing you put out last week, Flush, with the, you know what I'm saying, the names of all the people who have died and all these egregious, like, can't have my cell phone in my grandmother's backyard. It's literally a crime to go the fuck outside. I'm scared as a father of black men to do anything, right? I'm scared as a black man to go and do anything because I don't know when my time is up just from my fucking time being up. I don't have to be doing nothing.
Right.
I'm a law-abiding, non-criminal, doing nothing. I don't even want to fucking jaywalk. Like, it's
everything law-abiding has been like a black person has been eliminated in doing it. Carrying legally, sleeping in their bed, jogging or running,
right?
In the car listening to music,
talking on the phone in your grandma's backyard, like
being in
your own apartment.
Yeah,
being in your own apartment and she walk in on your
being
shit.
in your own apartment with your nuts filleted open. You know what I'm talking about? The lady was
Crazy.
playing video games with her nephew, got lit up by the police.
Yeah.
In Louisville. Yep.
This my twist though. When these things happen, what are these people doing to make sure if you're a station or whatever, what do they call them, each place, district or whatever, when these things happen, don't somebody somewhere go to the tape and see what we did wrong and give some kind of training, or just training going on?
They do.
But I
They
really
do
feel
do
like,
that.
okay, go ahead.
But at the same time, at the same time, they do the training, but you have, I think, I don't know who said it earlier, these cops have an ego, right? You're gonna come tell me how to do my job, and and this situation, well, I'm not gonna do that. So it's like, it's mandatory. After this, I'm sure it's mandatory training for a lot of departments and a lot of stations, like, but they, pretty much they're gonna do what they want.
So here's the problem with the only problem with your question is your question assumes that we dealing. Well, you assume that even, especially in these towns and these little areas and how these things tend to work, that there's somebody with a normal balance in that space, right? You just assume that between the police and the lawyers and the judges and West Bumblefuck, wherever, or somewhere like Minneapolis, a big place, right? That there's balance somewhere in that system. When the reality is, what if you make the other assumption that like all of them fuck with on the white supremacy side of the game, and it's all like a racket, and not like I wear a fucking robe on the weekends, but like I just don't like black people. You know what I'm saying? So you could easily see how something like that could not only happen, but be like, yeah, fuck yeah, give him a trophy, give him his, go fund me and keep it pushing, man. These things are heads on the mantle hunting situations for a lot of these people. It's ridiculous, man.
Bro, the revolution will be televised because a motherfucker is going to get sick of this shit. And
oh yes,
like, hey, you know what I'm saying? It will get bad, right? And crime.
Can I?
Go ahead, cool.
I'm sorry, but I and not to cut you off, but like this is an article, and I wanted to be a bit more ready this time. From 2017, the FBI has quietly investigated white supremacists' infiltration of law enforcement. Okay, from The Intercept. It talks about white supremacists and other domestic extremists maintain an active presence in the United States Police Department and other law enforcement agencies. This was the FBI report on this. Another story, just it talks a bit about like how it was under played and downplayed, especially in the national media, and how some of these policies and procedures were dating back a decade or more ago. They literally got fucking white supremacists in the police departments. You understand? So when you, never mind the regular chip on your shoulder niggas that had problems in high school. We're not talking about that dude. We're talking about I hate niggas.
Right.
We start there, but I'm buttoned up and I'm straight. That's a problem.
That shit crazy.
This is my thing though. How do we save ourselves from the police? Because it feel like you can do everything right, and if his mind is made up, or he on some shit, or one of them is on some shit, no matter what you do, your time can be up. No matter what you do, you can do all the right things, know all the laws. But when they mindset or they on some shit, to me it's crazy that y'all know y'all being recorded and you still do. Like, You still
The
go
hon-
through it. You know which camera's on you.
the honest answer is you
Go ahead, say it
can't.
again.
Like you just got to be prepared. Like to you know, I don't even want to say defend yourself, but it's you know what Rel said earlier. You know, we're meant to survive. You know, so if you feel like, all right, you know, I'm getting choked out, but this is you know too much. Hey man, I need you to back up. I can't breathe. You're gonna do something reaction, but then their reaction is going to be what? Oh, he's moving. He's resisting. Let's hit him with a taser. Oh, what is he reaching for? You know what I'm saying? You may reach for an asthma pump because they don't know what you're dealing with. So, I mean,
Right.
you know, it was that one mental patient was sitting in the middle of the street and he reached for, I believe, a train or some type of toy, and they shot him.
Down in Florida, yep.
So it's just like it's as bad as it seems. You know, like you said, you got to be a law-abiding citizen. Like Rel said, but at the same time, you know, you got to follow your amendments to the T. And like, there's certain
But would
things
that
that I
would
would.
that save you though? Would that save you? Because at the end of the day, I don't know if that'll
Man.
save you.
Man,
I mean, boy, cool.
man, listen. I struggle because I don't think all people of a certain whatever are inherently whatever. Like I'm not one of those fixed mindset, all white people. I'm also not no sleepy, blind. Give them a chance. Fuck that. You understand what I'm saying? I would rather isolate myself and my family, live on some woods or some shit, or be around some other folks that I'm comfortable with that won't see me jogging down my street and look at me as a threat. Okay? So take that for what it's worth. There are communities that exist where people look like me, and I think the whole idea of white being a standard, I want to go live where they live. I want to go, man, that shit dead. That shit dead, stinking, and funky. No disrespect to white people. But
Yo,
integration as a ooh, I want to be the only black in it. Fuck that as a want to.
As a thing, right? Yeah.
but them niggas, they see blue. I don't even think it's a white thing. That blue shit is so real, and if you go against the grain, they will get you clean out of here. So that blue, you talking about man, he a Korean boy, the boy that was standing right there, not even looking to see what's going on with the
They did him like that too.
what's going on behind them or anything.
They did
So
him like that
I wonder
too.
if he one of the guys. Right? Is he one of the guys who got fired? Is he part of
Yes,
the four?
I think so.
He is.
It was other people on his body on the other side of that car. I saw a different angle.
Right. I seen the one from I seen him from a different angle. All I can see is the one guy and the one the first
That's
one I was
crazy.
seeing. And I'm sitting here, I told my wife, I said, yo, we're watching him. We watched him die just now. We just watched him
That shit
be
ain't
alive
normal,
and die.
man. I got to go cleanse off of that. Ain't normal to watch.
Yeah, and they talking about he later died in the hospital. Oh, because
Who the fuck
No.
reported
none of
that?
you-
And when who? Like that's what I'm saying, yo.
That's the cover up. That's the move.
This
Hey,
how they
listen.
sleep at night, knowing the whole shit is they lie. They sleep just like this. Real comfortable. Real comfortable. When the man came up and checked his pulse, he probably like, oh shit, I gotta play this shit off because I know this motherfucker ain't alive. I seen his limp body. Everybody
Right.
seen him talking
Everybody.
and explaining.
Yeah.
I can't breathe.
Hey, cool.
Come on, man.
He didn't even he didn't move his knee for him to check his pulse. He didn't even move
They
for
don't
that.
even right. He didn't even move his knee. Listen. And you gonna news reporter. You said out. You ain't say, God. You know what? I'm not saying this shit tonight. You said out your mouth. He later died at the hospital. Fuck out of here. He was dead on that ground.
That motherfucker ain't
Under his
budged when they
knife.
put him on the gurney. Like his whole no twitch,
Right.
no nothing. He was straight limp. Let's roll him over,
He
pick
was
him
gone.
up. Yeah, he was gone right then and there. Cut it out. Are y'all using the old adage of only doctors at a hospital can declare somebody dead? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop.
They know. And my twist is this too, like, hold up, damn. I lost my thought. And then they said, oh well, they the first thing they did say was that I can't think of the term again, but the signature thing.
Forgery.
Like that's worthy of, oh yeah, forgery. Like that's worthy
Don't
of that.
nobody give
Y'all
a
cops,
fuck.
I done seen videos of white people cuss, clean the fuck out, doing disrespecting y'all, and y'all not do anything to them. And they say they try to justify main man down Georgia, Aubrey, saying, oh, he stole a TV from Best Buy, some shit a while ago or some shit like that. So it's like, oh, well, he had a criminal background. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're trying to justify death by saying this man did forgery? No, that don't add up, man. Take him in and let his punishment be his punishment. But that right there, that wasn't it.
It's sickening, man.
What do we talk? What happens, man? How do we? We got little girls, little boys. How do we send them into this world, man, and get them ready for this? We not even ready for this.
I was just about to say we're not ready for this. So it's like a learning process between us and them, like, because we have to figure out, all right, how will we send our kids in this world and they can survive and get through to see, 90, 100 years old without being shot, stabbed, knee on your neck, or anything else. Like,
Choked,
so
right?
It's scary, man. It's like, me. I've been to combat, so I've seen it. But when you watch something like this, it's like, is this really going on? Like, it's 2020. Like, it's nothing. I won't even say nothing surprised me in 2020, but some of the things that have surprised me is just like, all right, you know what? Like me, like Cool was saying, do you want to go live in a neighborhood where everyone knows you? Or you want to go be, self-secluded? Like, I'm like, man, I'm about to, get me 20 acres and build my own farm out there because I ain't got to worry about nothing. So
that's how we got to think, Jay. That why not? That's what I'm saying. And look, listen. We've been duped into, like, everything that we covet, we've been duped into. You understand? Boom. I'm sick of fucking asking and what's the name of for 40 acres. Let's go get it. You understand what I'm saying? So we come out the land, the ancestors come out the slave lands, and you supposed to be free. They got a lot of land. Some free black men and women. You know what I'm saying? And so they see that, then they started distributing the land, the A&Ms, the A&Ts. That was because the fucking government gave them the 40 acres. I mean, I'm being facetious, oversimplifying, but divvied the land out to everybody but black people. You understand? So the real, that shit been robbed. Yet and still we survive. Yet and still we here. Yet and still don't listen. When Dr. King in that video that surfaces and he talks about fearing that integration was leading us into a burning building, he was actually right with that. We go in and live in people's neighborhoods and they kill us with impunity. I don't want to be around. I don't want to live around it. I don't want to feel like that. We got to teach our kids the same thing. Unfortunately, his death today didn't change what you already teach your kids. You already teach them 10 and 2. You already teach them you got to be more calm than the grown motherfucker they might encounter, because that nigga wildin' or he's scary.
With the motherfucker with the training.
With the grown up, with the training.
So I seen this meme, and it was, I don't know how it was intended or anything. So it says, white people buy farms, Arab people buy stores, Indian people buy hotels, Latino people buy landscaping equipment. What do black people buy?
Jordans.
So it's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, where is our money going? What are we doing?
Number one, consumers, and we own no industry, yo. Number one, consumers. We own nothing.
And this is the thing, though. If you think about this, all right, so every other race gets along pretty much with their own kind, except for African Americans. And like it really, like I really sat back and thought about that. I'm like, all right, well, this person, oh, well, you're NASDAQ, so tell me about your company. Let me do this. You know the Indians and the Middle Easterns, they all come together and as a family, and they get the stores and come that like that. The Mexicans, they, no offense to nobody, but they live together, like their whole family together. They bring their mama, they bring their grandmother, they make sure everyone is taken care of. But it's like, oh, Rel got some new J's. You know what I'm going to go cop today? Some new J's. It's like we're competing against each other when we should be doing exactly what we're doing here. Like we're getting together as grown men and women.
That's it, Jay. You close that right there. That's it. Because what's the joint? If you knew better, you do better. That's it, right? Nobody. We ain't like, even if you're shit, like everybody got the propensity to be to take it to a boiling point. When you seen that dude on that neck, if you had something in your right hand, if you right-handed, or left-handed, if you left-handed, you definitely thought about using it, even in your mind, right? So everybody got a boiling point. So when I said the issue is, we as a people have been conditioned to be like that. It's not happenstance. We are great. You understand? We taught them, whoever the fuck them is, everything, whatever the fuck it is, everything. Ain't a thing that nobody else taught somebody that wasn't black or melanated on this earth first. Not a thing. Name it, and not a thing. You understand? So we are great enough to understand that. Now we can look back and understand that. But that was a huge stretch where we conditioned to fight for the scrap. Crabs in the barrel ain't just no analogy. We were conditioned. We were bred. We were fucked and bred and put this one with that one over here in these breeding farms to be and do and indoctrinate like this. These people, there are certain people who still are alive during these times. So we ain't talking about no fucking ancient history. We're talking about people, great grandmothers, yo, that you go to school with, or that you work with, or that you served with. You understand? Or that is in surgery or something like that. We talking about a generation. We talk about KKK robes being auctioned off in the paper like freely. So it's the whole thing is, even down to the conditioning of when we had the land in the South coming out of that point, we sold it. A generation didn't want to take care of that land no more. So we sold it and we moved up north, right? And now we see that we again locked out of any wealth transfer, especially being real estate, land being a big one. So now that we know that, what the fuck we gonna do? Get you your 20 acres and go to fuck build. Get you your 20 acres and go build. Shit, let's get 40 together, and your family live over there, my family live over there. That's what the fuck we gonna do. Because I know you ain't gonna call the police on me if you see me jogging on our acres.
No.
Right.
It's we gotta, I think it was last meeting where we were talking like, what can we teach the younger generation? And I think that big concept is we have to teach them that just because you don't like that person, or just because whatever it may be, because you're from two different neighborhoods, you have to learn how to build together. You have to learn how to do everything, not by yourself, and not be afraid to say, hey, a flush, can you give me a hand putting this board up?
I need
not
help.
Say, oh, I got this by myself. We have the mindset we can do everything by ourselves. We can. No man can. So, everyone needs help at some point. So we have to get to that point where we can say, I need help. Point me in the right direction. Thank you.
And then not be looked at like you soft or you can't, you get what I'm saying? It's like, man, maybe it's the pride. You get what I'm saying?
It is.
And we all guilty of it, because it's like Music Soul Child, Teach Me How to Love. His first couple bars was, I was always taught the true definition of a man was to never cry. work till you die, gotta provide. Always be the rock for your fam. Like, that's how we raised. Like, you get what I'm saying? But like, even with, and we went through this phase when we was talking about it too before, like, bro, just to tell your people you love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, telling another man it's not your brother, or you're not related to you. Yo, I love y'all, man. And that was one of the things that stuck out to people that listened to us early was like, yo, I like how every time y'all get off the podcast, y'all tell each other y'all love each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, that don't take nothing from my manhood, me being a dad, me being a husband, me being a brother, whatever I am to anybody else. Me loving Rel or me loving you guys don't make me soft. You get what I'm saying? Me sitting back here and saying, and the fact of the matter is, in my life, dog, I don't have the first person I call when I go through, whether it's if it's good, if it's bad, if it's in between, I call Rel. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm from a place where as though my family is my folks. My relatives don't make us family. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I'm from with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
they bred us to compete. In reality, we supposed to be that. Remember, Terrell told you we supposed to be that image with that arm interlocking forearm. The I my brother's keeper shit with a one dude is pulling them up over the wall. Man, we supposed to be the like, who am I? We supposed to look and project and think back. Who praying for me? What they look like? Who are they? We supposed to communicate, you know, with each other in this community kind of way. We could chant, you know, we could dance to a beat. Like, we could bop and it becomes an electric slide. Like, we supposed to be Jay and Eve. We supposed to be communal. We supposed to be brotherly. We were duped and conditioned to be competitive in nature, and that's against our true nature, which is dating back generations now. So now, of our understanding, this is why we talk about this. This is why we just talking is going to happen almost by natural, because it's a platform that we have to talk. I'm sorry, Nate.
No, you good. Know what else they did to us? They pimped us.
Yeah. Definitely.
Pimp main thing. If you know it, when you got her mind, fuck everything else. The mind control and the things that they put into our head that has us this way, generations and generations and generations.
It works so well.
How many corner stores have you, or your neighborhood, have you seen a Poppy and them come in, and then they do their thing, and then they leave, and then somebody else comes in? I don't know what's going on or how they working that. Or the Chinese store. That ain't the same Chinese lady there. She don't be there 10 years. They might got like a 3-4 year gap that they there, and they folks is there, then they moving, and then somebody else is coming in there. I don't know where they going. They keep that shit real low key. But I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? For real, like, it's
we know now, bro. We know now, though. Fuck
yeah,
that.
for sure. It's funny because me and my brother was taking a ride and we was listening to Kenya Barris and T.I., right? And I if you know me, you know I don't read for sport, man, but I definitely want to read this book. He was talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome, right? Which talks about the legacy of, you know what I'm saying, Black people and why we do the things we do, and, you know, things being, you know what I'm saying, one generation deep, right? Especially when we talk about wealth.
Bro, I was just thinking about that when we was talking, that interview we were listening to. I was thinking about that since we've been having this conversation.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, so I'm going to dedicate some time into reading that, man, and really breaking down, right? So on a very micro level, I understand why I do some of the things that I do, right? And as you become woke, right, you know, just like Cool always say, everybody don't wake up at the same time every day, but when you do, you can't undo that, right? And so you're now aware of some of the things you just going on, and what do you do to push it forward, right? You know, I'm all about, you know what I'm saying, the betterment and the enhancement of us every day, all day.
Man, that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to that one for sure.
Man, it was something else I had to say. But oh yeah, about Kenya Burris. the problem with black people is if you watch Black as Fuck or Black Pound AF, y'all was so concerned with the color of his kid's skin and his wife. Y'all missed the whole message because it was 8 episodes of message in that. And instead of us taking that message and learning something, we, of course, do some dumb shit and well, why his wife so light skinned, his kid so light skinned, he ain't got enough color in the fucking show.
Colorism.
Instead
Like,
of, and
yeah.
no, that's not the key.
Ain't
To me, what made it dope was
ain't
was real.
a chick that watched the ain't a couple. It's no couple with a chick got finished watching that show with her real dude, and she went on there to tweet about oh boy, like it ain't happy like that. A man, is colorism mixed in messiness. Like if you ain't got nobody leading you, you can't just expect the TV show to then lead you. You know what I mean? She loving hip hop with it by herself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So she just loving hip hop, trying to watch this shit, and she don't. This shit flying over her head, under her legs, like she don't get it. If she had a real one in the house with her, she would get it.
But to bring it back a little bit to
it's crazy that shit ain't even come up. Like, I'm just saying, like, that shit wasn't even like, oh, well, why? Like, I don't. So, like, when I see stuff, man, it's funny because we say Black Twitter and we say Black, you know what I'm saying, Facebook and all those things, and you know what I'm saying, the cancel culture. Like, nobody I was around was like, oh my God, she got a, you know what I'm saying, a biracial wife on the show, without doing some further investigation to know that his wife is biracial, right? You know what I'm saying? And like all that stuff should have ended when you realize that 1, that was his house. Right. 2, the show is loosely based on his life. 3, he has 6 kids. And 4, his wife is fucking biracial. And by the way, the woman who plays his wife on the show is black.
Yes.
Right.
You want me to hire you want me to screen? You want me to cast a darker skinned sister just to appease your at-home single loving hip hop ass, and you still wouldn't have got the humor.
Exactly. Cool. Guess
still
what?
wouldn't have got it.
Right. And you'd have found something else to complain about it. You'd have found something. You'd have found another reason not to like it.
Yeah. What's the right shade? Like,
let me ask y'all this though, to bring it back a little bit to where we was at a little bit, because I'm curious. Like, I'm a big guy. Jay, you a big guy too. You know what I'm saying? Big beards and stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's a decision made. Perfect is it's a decision made about us before we even speak, before anything. I feel like a cop probably got his mind made up on what they dealing with. Buy your car, whatever you have on, they got you figured out already. You get what I'm saying? Perfect example.
100%.
Me and Rel was in the store not too far from his house this weekend. So we in the store, we practicing social distancing. So we waiting in line, and the lady wasn't peeping that it was a line, kind of just got in line, like kind of just went up to the cash register and started taking that stuff off. And then the white guy who's at the register had the big scary eyes, like, oh no, they're next. You know, they's like, oh, let me take my stuff off. And bro's like, no, go ahead, you already got your stuff on. We next anyway. We ain't nobody tripping off that. It felt like that's what we deal with. Like you're already judged. Like I hate, like even with restaurants. Like when I go to restaurants, I feel like they have a thought of what a black man like me is as a customer already.
What you think? Go deeper on that, Neef. What specifically when you feel them eyes on you? What do you think they What you think they thinking?
This is my thing, because I don't want, if y'all mess up, like, first of all, I don't want to send nothing back. You get what I'm saying? I don't want no discount. You get what I'm saying? It feel like that's what they think I want. You get what I'm saying?
See, I do the opposite. I'm gonna send it back. Me, especially if it's my food. I gotta. Hey, this ain't medium rare. This ain't right, sir. And then what will trigger them once they realize how I talk and everything else like that? They'll say, "Oh, well, how do you know this is not right, sir?" I have a chef degree and I'm a chef. Oh, okay, we'll send it right back, and then that plate to come back, And I love it when I talk to people outside that have no idea. Like people, when the gyms were open. Oh, Jay, where you from? I'm from Baltimore. Oh. And then they get to know me and they're like, you don't even talk like you're from Baltimore. And I'm like, well, what am I supposed to talk like? What, I'm supposed to be cussing you out? I'm supposed to be like, yo, everything, every this, every that. Like, yes, I can have a professional side. Like just because you've seen The Wire or 2 episodes, don't think that's me. So,
Right.
and with the beards, oh man, I mean, now beards are starting to be accepted. It's the same way as dreads weren't being accepted, let's say 5 to 10 years ago. People seen dreads and they thought that was just nasty, disgusting, and they would not hire you. Along with the same as tattoos. But now they're seeing beards as like, oh, okay, well, you keep it groomed, you keep it nice, you keep it shaped, you keep it oiled, and things like that. So but you said it, if I'm walking down the street and I'm 270 pounds, 6 foot, and I ain't got when I was in Mexico, they thought it was Mark Henry. I played that off the whole damn time. I'm still, we were, that was
That's just funny. Yeah.
Yeah, like they literally, like the
And I'd have been with
family.
you. I'd have been the Mark Henry handler, like, excuse me, pardon us.
Like,
pardon
let Mark through. Let
Mark through.
Hey, yo, Mark. Hey,
but
Mark.
no, we anywhere we go, we was in the Bahamas. They thought I was Rick Ross. So I'm like,
I knew you quoted some Rick Ross's, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, yo, these guys have no idea, who I look like, who I am, or back in the day, they'd be like, oh, there was Kimbo coming. I'm like, yo, I got all my hair. Like, but all right, let's keep it going, whatever it is. So I'm like, all right, literally, so the funniest story I can say. So I'm a big gym person, and I had my times where I got heavy. So now I'm trying to lose this weight. And so it was me, my old lady, my cousin, and we're in Miami. And this is, the whole thing of stereotyping. So the guy sees me, and I'm wearing a polo shirt, but it's, tight on me, it fits. And so the guy looks at me, the manager at the restaurant says, you lift weights? I says, yes. He says, what's your max bench? I say 610. He said, 610 pounds? I says, yes. He goes, well, how much do you take? I said, how much do I take? What? He says, I said, steroids? He said, yeah. I said, none. He says, and you do this and your dick still gets hard in front of the whole table. I'm like, so a person can't be big.
He's a manager at a restaurant.
I cannot make this up. Like, he said this, and my cousin, his girl, and everyone else at the table just kind of looked at me, and I said, look, this is the weird shit that happens to me if I go a different place. And it's been multiple times in Miami where I had a dude and his wife sit on my lap in front of me and my girl and pay my whole tab. Let me rephrase that. The wife and the daughter and the dad paid the tab of my at the restaurant. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I don't know who these people think am, but I'm just, hey, you want to stereotype me? Go right ahead. So you just paid a $250 bill.
So
Hey,
so
Rob,
literally,
that's that black gaze, Rob. That's that black gaze. I mean, that white gaze, yo.
literally, right? Literally, we talk about it. So that's why I asked Neef, like, what you think they think about you, right? Jay, what you think they think? So living through some of these things, zoos were created to look at black people, to put black people in cages and look at their big butts and look at their voluptuous everything, right? They did a study, all right, and it talked about a study on a couple different things, intrinsic and inherent disbeliefs, such as they believe that black people have thicker skin or have less sensitive nerve endings than white people. Thereby, you could take more pain. This is from January 6th of 2020. And they also go on to say that residents share these beliefs. January 6th of 2020. So what they think about you is that you the fucking Incredible Hulk. What they thought about Tamir Rice, who was a 12-year-old son, a 12-year-old boy playing with a toy gun by himself at the park. At the time, he was encountered by the police, shot dead in less than 3 seconds. They called it in for a 20-year-old man. Fuck out of here.
The stereotyping is real. There's no way that anyone else in this world can say, and you know, African Americans are the most influential people that's ever came on this planet. Point blank, period. I'm not even gonna say anything else, because everything that we do, our manner, our style, our talk, is being copied, and it's going to be stereotypes. And when you said that, it made me. I made the kids watch 42, Jackie Robinson, and when the announcer said, you know, it's a disadvantage because Jackie Robinson is African American, and he hit a home run, and the other announcers just laughed at him like, well, is that because of his heel bone? So, because he get to run faster? So everyone, they have a stereotype about us. So they see us coming. If they was to see me, all four of us coming down the street, they're gonna be like, oh man, or we going into a restaurant, like, how can we help you? And you know, the biggest one is if you're going shopping and you're buying, you know, an expensive gift for yourself or whoever you may be buying it for. The best one I love is, well, the price on this, sir, I wouldn't walk in the store if I couldn't afford it. So
Right.
keep telling
Or
me.
when
They
follow you around the store and act like they're not following you around the store. Matter of fact, we was in the me, Trell, and my man H was in the liquor store one time, downtown Philly. And it felt like it was like two people following us in the liquor store, and some white boys stole some liquor out the liquor store, and they ended up trying to chase them. So while y'all following us, the real motherfucker who's about to steal from y'all ain't us. You get what I'm saying?
But
It's
they
the
knew
white
that
boys.
they knew the white boys knew that they was gonna stereotype you and say, look, we got an opportunity. Boom, let's
Right.
go. Grab it and go.
Exactly.
And if you know me, you know how I dress these days. You know what I'm saying? What I do, right? I did the same thing walking to the Gucci store in DC, and I got this wild look. I had on my same Jordan, the same one y'all know. You know what I'm saying? The front coming up, you know what I'm saying? A little t-shirt, some sweatpants, right? You know what I'm saying?
They don't know about that rum with them sneaks, though. They don't know about that rum.
Everyday Jones, you know what I mean? They don't know. That's how I roll.
They don't know about that rum with them sneaks in it, though. They don't know about that.
Oh, who don't?
They don't. They don't.
Oh.
They don't.
Yeah.
We know. They don't.
So it's tough, man. Or you know, or what I pulled up in. You know what I mean? Like it's tough. You know what I mean? You just
They ain't let Oprah in the goddamn Hermes store. So what you gonna do?
right.
Shit.
The crazy
We
is
know what
all
it
that
is.
power,
That's insane.
all that
Right.
all that influence we have. We don't do the right things with it. Like
we waking
There
up.
you go.
I don't even know what we. It's just I don't even know. I don't even know, because
what is it? No, watch what's this. What is it going to take for us to get sick and tired, man? Like, what is it? How much more of this? I know, but everybody, we got to get on the same page.
Everybody's not going to be on the same page because everybody doesn't have the same goals. And we can get everybody had to have the same goals. You know, if you knew better, you'll do better.
Everybody
and put your money where it's at.
Right.
That
you can't
we
drag
can do it, but until then, you know, you can't put a horse to the water, as they say. You know,
and for everybody who got on the Underground Railroad, 10 people didn't.
Yeah, everybody can't go.
I ain't going with her. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna get us killed.
Right.
NASA treat me nice. I had an extra.
It's Christmas tomorrow.
Yeah, I had an extra piece of chicken.
They giving us a day off.
I get to stay in the big house. Like
right. Real talk. That's how it go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think if there was a universal awakening, you know, some speculate that a universal awakening is the next stage of evolution, right? When we think of that, imagine if we all got it at the same time. I don't see a lifetime. I don't see our lifetime where, you know, everybody kind of get it, but you feel a sense. There's a sense. It ain't maybe no sense that you want to take a gun and do no harm to nobody, right? On the offensive side of the game, but it's definitely a oh, all right, y'all gonna keep doing this kind of air, right? We got to get off of elevating our entertainers and thinking that they then become a de facto voice for us when we don't know what the fuck they know. We don't know how many books they read. We don't know really what side of the agenda they fall on. We got to stop doing that. Everybody got to
And,
start with start with their own family, start with their
and they
own
still
people.
learn. Just because somebody got money don't mean they're not learning and going through shit
Right.
like
Or waking
everybody
up
else
in their
is.
own race.
Right,
Pace.
right.
Yeah.
But they still could do stupid stuff even though they have money. Prime example, look for the two dummies that rob somebody and try to drive off in a Lamborghini. Like somebody's not going to know who you are and you go to a party and you just lost 70 grand. Oh, there go Jay driving away in his Lamborghini, call the police. Like, I mean, you still want to have people out there to be stupid. And so like my I want to say role model, but my go-to right now is Tyler Perry. So not for his movies, not for none of that stuff, but what he's done and built with his money and where it's at. So he took an old slave fort and old slave land and built probably one of the best studios in the South. And
Best on the East Coast.
In the
The
country.
best that's not in Cali. Right.
In the country. Apparently it's
And
bigger than some of them California studios.
It is. It's
Right.
humongous. I mean, just I was down there, I want to say 2 years ago when it was getting built. And we drove past and I'm like, how big is this place?
Some shit like that.
And he
right
put
there.
it
Go ahead, Nick.
like you said, Jay, he put it in the hood. He let them kids know that, yo, you can do, like, you get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a little kid out there that's going to walk by that every day.
Oh, man. Shit.
Great.
It's a grown man. Jay just told us. Shit, I got inspired off of the picture that Jay just got inspired. So Neef, that 9-year-old kid going to get inspired by the same way. That's exactly right. So no matter what you think about Tyler Perry or how he got his bag, at this point, you still see some declare themselves. Either they're going to be in the wind, tell us to vote every few years, for their candidate and shut the fuck up on major things, or they're going to do stuff like, when I get my bag, I'm going to put my shit in the hood or the equivalent or whatever that means. So
yeah,
we still shouldn't have no expectations of these entertainers. That's it. Like we just can't. We can't, and that's part of the awakening, right?
And that's what I kind of tell my kids. Like, so I'm like, and my kids and some of my friends, like they're like, oh, you met Allen Iverson this weekend? How was it? I'm like, he was cool. They're like, but he's Allen Iverson. I'm like, but he puts his pants on like I do. Like, yes, I understand he's a big athlete and big time star, but at the same time, he's a man. She's a woman. They're doing the exact same thing that you can do if you put yourself in that position. So it's like when I got me personally. So I got people in Baltimore that I grew up with. It's like, oh, you think you better than us because you got a car or you live in Florida or you so and so. I'm like, no, like I'm trying to make it. I made it out, so I'm trying to stay out. I'm not saying I'm better. I never forget where I came from. So it's just you're gonna have those people that's always gonna be like that negative, naysayer. So we just gotta try to coerce them to think the same way that we're thinking, and hopefully we can do great things.
Well, some people just don't want to go out here and do what it takes to get to get something to be proud of or worth having, and they don't want you to have it either. You get what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, I always say this, like, man, there's nothing I love seeing my folks do great things. I love hearing. When my man just bought a house, I was like, man, as soon as I seen it, yo, congratulations, bro. I mean, I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad that's good for you. You get what I'm saying? Like, end of the day, and even everybody got their turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll have your turn. That energy you take in, ain't no blessings coming from that. Ain't nothing positive
Zero.
from that. You know what I'm saying? At all.
And that's part of the awakening too.
Race.
That's
We running
I
our
ain't mean to
own
cut
race,
you off.
man. Like end of
I'm
the
just
day,
I'm just
you
ad
know,
libbing.
it's cool. Yeah, no, I love it. You know what I mean? But it's just like we all running our own race, man. Like all I can do is take care of mine and focus on where I'm trying to be at. You know what I'm saying? Wherever Rel gonna
Mm-hmm.
be, wherever Jay gonna be, wherever Cool gonna be, they gonna be there. And when they see it, I love it, man. I swear I do, man. I love it, man. And then
It's
your blessings
it's
to come, man. I mean,
it's right,
your time to
right.
come too.
So you just got to stay in that orbited space, in that vibe, right? You're on the right track, and you're right. When the literal figurative thing that we say as a people, stay in your lane, could absolutely applies here. You also though add to that. You are the sum. You become the sum of the five people, right? So if Rel elevating, I have no choice to elevate, or I can fuck with niggas that ain't elevating, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if
Right.
I'm elevating, Neef got to elevate, Juice got to like, and that's part of the awakening as well, right?
It's that
And
And we
surrounding.
gotta put
It's
each,
just it's
we
that
gotta
surrounding that.
we
Go
gotta
ahead.
put each other. Go ahead, Jay. No, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
It's just that surrounding. Just like Cool was saying, we have to have that surrounding where, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a chill today. I'm laid in the crib. But then you thinking about it, you like, yo, my man's, you just chilling today. You still in the crib with your moms. Like, I'm not trying to be that. Like, all right, let me go holler at Neef. What you doing today? I'm gonna go look at this property. You wanna go with me? Oh yeah, I'll go with you.
right.
Like, oh, you know how to do
Mhm.
construction. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, come on, you wanna go half in here with this? We can split those down the middle. So if you you gotta find that circle to elevate yourself and the people you with. Now, as you say, I love to see my people. I'm doing great, and you know, no disrespect. So I came to Rel's house, and I was like, all right, that's what I'm doing.
level.
I'm about to remodel my kitchen because I seen his. I'm like, oh no, I've been slacking, like, and not in no competition. But I'm like, oh man, all right,
Right.
bro, gave me a
And,
few ideas right here.
right, and appreciation of your brother, right? And on the elevation, elevates, appreciate even a little. I'm learning this, even the little moments, the little
Mhm.
wins. You know what I'm saying? You follow somebody on Instagram and you see them get a little win in their business, yo, like that shit, congratulate that shit, even if it's to yourself in the moment. Don't be, you can't be that, cause like Neef say, that's part of the, what's the name? Your shit will come. You gotta stay with that mindset.
Humble.
Stay
It's
with that.
humble.
Yeah,
They're
man.
humble.
All baked into it.
Yeah.
Man.
Hey, know what else though? Know what else though? We gotta stop with this. You'll go pay Polo with Polo want, but then when your man got a business, yo, damn dog, you can't give me the hookup. No, pay that price that he
The
got set.
hookup.
Yeah, pay that
Exactly.
price that he got set so he can build his business. You get what I'm saying? You'll go pay Polo, you'll go pay Gucci with Gucci prices. You don't go to Gucci and be like, yo, listen, I always come in here. Can I get something a little lower? But with your homie, he
They
trying to
definitely ain't
build
giving
from
nobody
the
no
ground up.
discount.
Get
Bro,
it
I
popping.
refuse
Looking
to
for
buy a shirt these days that don't come from my folks. Last shirt I bought came from the Rich Gang. You know what I'm saying? Shirt before that, if it
Hey,
don't come from Feel Goods, I don't do it. I send her a design, she make that shit happen. I don't even do it. You know what I'm saying?
hey, shout
All my
out
shirts
to
come from
Mike.
my folks.
Shout out to best friend. Shout out to best friend Mike. Mike would not let me buy something from him. Mike, I'm mad at you. Not cool, Mike, but best friend Mike.
Small.
What, St. John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Small. Yo, dog, like end of the day, don't give me no, I appreciate it, the hookup, but and that's just real friendship stuff though. When y'all really homies, don't worry about it. You get what I'm saying? But the same token, I'm like, if you got business or you doing business out here, I don't want mine for free. I want to give you that. Let me pay what you tell them to pay. You get what I'm saying?
It's
Go
exactly
ahead.
what you just said. Like my cousin, he out here, he owns, ice cream shop. And so I go in there, he'd be like, oh, get what you want for the fam. I'm like, here. He's like, no, don't even worry about it. Even though he don't take the money, guess what I'll do? I'm gonna throw a dub in the tip jar so his employees can get it. So
Right.
something,
man.
yeah, it's not nothing.
Hey man, I So with the rich, speaking of Rich, and he would never really tell his story, but long it's old now. But I'm gonna leave names out. Long story short, he my homeboy was like, somebody came to buy a rich shirt. He said the boy was dripping in some designer shit, but he on them pills or whatever. So he ain't full dope nodding or full dope fiending, but he ain't regular, right? It ain't just weed type shit.
Right.
So got maybe
There's
Gucci
something
on
wrong. Right.
something wrong. Gucci or Louis or some shit on, right? And he come to get a rich shirt. Pull out a knot and then haggle boy for the price of a $30 t-shirt and hat. Well, it ain't even $30 for real, $25, whatever it was. Not $50. Pull out a knot, high on pills, Gucci or Louis out, and haggling about a fucking hat and a t-shirt price. And he like, go ahead, man. Let him. He said, just to get him out my face, I let him go ahead and have it for like whatever it was. That's what we did with some time.
It's sad. And then you got people on the other spectrum. My joint was 40. I gave 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Exactly.
this me, right? We come from the same place, right? You know what I'm saying? Same community, same like. It's weird. You know what I'm saying?
Period. Right.
Weirdo
Absolutely.
shit. Yeah, weirdo shit.
You will never understand. Cloth talk is real, man. I'm learning that as I grow and mature. You won't understand. Them like some, and you love it's because we are communal, because we hear chants and we root for people naturally. You root for strangers you don't know. You want to see the young boy get out the streets and win. You know what I'm saying? Just naturally, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't drag them motherfuckers across the finish line either. Listen, whatever you think of Boosie couldn't drag Webby in the booth and make this shit happen.
No matter what you think of Tiffany Haddish, that woman was sleeping in her car. So if she go get a check and then she able to eat and be successful, even if she not the funniest person in the world, I can't be mad at her getting that bread when she went through what she went through. Tyler Perry, another one. No, she's not from Philly.
I'll just check.
Tyler Perry, another one. Tyler Perry slept in his car. They said, what's the main man name from Toronto? Tory Lanez. Another one. You get what I'm saying? And we look at some of the guys. Look at the billionaires we got. We got Hov, a billionaire. Hov, they go to college. You know what I mean? Like, look at
got Drake.
Some of the best businessmen in the world. Right. Some of the best businessmen in the world ain't go to college.
You got somebody that went
Just
from
hustle.
Sleeping on a cousin's couch, screaming "fuck the police" to now has his own institute on I can't remember what campus it is.
USC.
Yeah, USC. So it's just like, man, you gotta, if you don't have vision in this world and you don't want to elevate and go beyond where you're at, I'll say what's up to you, but I'm not sitting at the bar with you. I don't want to have a conversation on the phone. Hey, what's going on? Hey, man, nice to see you. Yeah, man. All right. You know, people. And I was reading. I was reading this book, Warren Buffett, and some of the things that he has done. I'm like, man, like that is smart as hell. Like this guy bought I think it was a Bentley Rose. I don't want the driver. I'll drive myself. He doesn't live in. He's not living in no 17-room mansion. He has like a 5-bedroom house. I mean, it's nice.
Same house, bro.
Same house. Famously the same house.
He has. Last time I checked, he had like an iPhone 8. He's like, it still works. So it's just like, all right, why am I competing now?
You said a couple different things, and I love it. You said vision, right? So every successful person, especially that done themselves, then had that vision is into what, and like you won't be successful without it. That's just like on some law of gravity shit, right? You also, one thing I want to point out, and I made this point to my wife, and I don't think I made it on the podcast. We talked about it being, this is where living at this time, young people, get this shit right here. It's about to be a dime. Told my wife this, like, you're the 5 people that you hang around. But you just told me that Warren Buffett was dropping dimes to you. Now, how the fuck did that happen, Jay? You intentionally put yourself in a space where Warren Buffett could influence you. Guess what? You ain't even had to buy the book. because young people, you can go to fuck on YouTube and get anybody and put yourself in the elevated spirit of that person. That counts as the sum of your 5. You listen to that person, pick one. Listen to that E.T. Thomas, hip hop, right? Wallow, whoever. Listen to that person and add their uplifting messages and all of that. Excuse me, counts as the sum of your 5 people. So we know that you can do it by reading, for example, like you said, Jay. You could do it by Audible books. You could do it by YouTube videos. You could do it in 5-minute stints. Hell, you can do it on IGTV now. Start following the right accounts. Follow some real estate accounts. Follow some whatever, how to make your own whatever. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. It's time, man. It's time to elevate like that and think like that. Use this shit for what you see it for. That's why, Rel, you said it will be televised. You motherfucking right.
Mm-hmm. Church.
Okay, I feel a little better now. We done get about an hour and 15 minutes. What's up, bro?
Are we going to address the Karen issue? And no disrespect to women really named Karen, but
who's Karen?
Oh, the lady in Central Park.
Central Park, Karen.
No, I ain't about that.
What?
No.
It'd have been the number 1 story if not for
George Floyd. Yeah.
I didn't know that. So break it down. Karen in Central Park. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Set it up, Ralph.
But you gotta say Karen. You gotta put Karen in quotation marks. That's not her real name, right?
Okay. Like Karen with a K, like Karen.
Yeah. So you know that's the ghetto or the hood colloquialism now for, you know what I'm saying, people
calling police,
calling them white women to call police on black people. Yeah. So the rule in Central Park is you can have your animal, they gotta be leashed, right? So a passerby, a black man, says, "Hey man, can you please leash your animal or whatever?" And she was saying, "No, leave me alone. I'm going to call the police and tell them that you're threatening me." So guess what Karen from Bramble Central Park does? Call the police and tell them the guy was threatening her. The guy's recording the whole time, like, go ahead, do it, right? And she literally does it. And all he was asking her to do was the goddamn leash your dog, right? She's dragging the dog.
The dog yelping, like choking the dog.
Yes, yeah, like 2 people got choked yesterday. That dog and my man. Right? It's insane.
Right.
But y'all know what happened to Karen today, right? Karen got fired from my job.
For what?
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah. I seen she got fired from the job.
She called the police and lied on the nigga.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, know what? I seen that part of it, but I didn't know where it stemmed from. I came across it. I seen it.
Yeah. She got fired today.
Yeah, she it was bad though, man, because somebody broke it down. I'm not a Amanda Seals fan much, but she did break it down.
She broke it down.
Because she like, listen, they not just crazy, oh, it's funny and shit. These white women, these white people know what they doing. She says it's the same shit that got Emmett Till killed. Like calling the police or crying wolf about some situation. The lady got caught with the dog off leash. Boom, man, can you put the dog on leash? A normal response would be, I am, or mind your fucking business, or whatever. Like, whatever she would have wanted to say. She proceeds to be like, don't record me, charges towards the dude, right? And then says, I'm going to call the police and tell them that an African-American man is threatening me. She dials 911. I'm calling the police. An African-American man is threatening me and my dog, she says. He's threatening me. She get all like in fucking
Send the police. I don't know where I'm at. I'm in Bramble, Central Park.
He Spike Lee with it. He got a nice steady camera angle at her crazy ass, just like real steady like this the whole time. And she fucking like, she got a green screen behind her ass. Why, like somebody about to be like, and scene. Good job, Karen. This bitch was crazy. Crazy.
Good job, Karen.
Like crazy. And she calls him, and then like then the kicker, just like Terrell said, that she literally suspended it like that. The dog doing this shit. She twisting the dog, still not on leash. It's horrible.
Somebody like call Peter.
I'm about to say Peter gonna be the next one to get called. She didn't keep that dog too much longer.
They don't
Shit
do a whole bunch
crazy,
of white on white.
Peter got the dog.
Oh,
Yeah, she had to turn the dog in.
He ain't always on time, boy, but he come with the shit we need
I
to
read,
know.
I read, I
Talk
read,
about.
I read that she was put on administrative leave. Did she get fired?
Yeah,
she
got
got fired.
suspended.
I heard five.
She on administrative leave.
I heard fired.
I heard
Hold on,
I
hold
heard
on, yeah.
administrative leave. They two
Yeah, I
different
think
things.
she
Hold
the
on.
lead.
Why the fuck is she on administrative leave if she lied
She the
about some
VP.
police shit?
She the VP. That's why.
She lied about and she knows that encounters with police can get black people killed. That's what we're saying. That's what the
No,
main
but I'm.
chief
I
was.
think
The
it's
New
because of her
York
position.
Times article says white woman is fired after calling the police on black man in Central Park. That was 15 minutes ago.
Oh,
Okay,
well, then
I'll
she
take the
done.
15 minutes
She
update
she
because
done
mine
then.
was from a couple hours
Updated at
ago.
9:06 p.m. Eastern Standard
Yeah.
Time.
Night, night.
It says 2020.
Make her
I
famous.
Karen said, "Fuck that! I'm about to get that extra 1,200 from fucking unemployment."
I'm about to get a whole GoFundMe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, them rednecks ain't gonna let that shit ride.
If Zimmerman got one, she could get one.
Facts.
Boy,
Mhm.
boy.
The video was viewed more than 30 million times.
So are any of y'all up on this Doja Cat situation, man?
Oh yeah, that shit corny.
Somewhat.
No, I'm not.
What's it, John? What's it about, John? What's going on?
She said
I heard
some.
little shit.
She said some racist stuff. I mean, she was
So
in like
she
a
like-
racist chat room.
But
had, like, a
don't she
racist
like to have
song.
sex and be called a nigga while she having sex or something? Or
Yeah,
with her white boyfriend?
yeah.
What happened, Jordan?
So she was in one of those. She was in some kind of like chat room with a whole bunch of white boys, and they were calling her like nigger bitch, and she was like, "Call me nigger bitch, daddy." Yeah.
Nah.
But I mean, if you see her, you can see that that's her flavor. Like I ain't even tripping. I'm worried about
No,
black people.
Her whole style is just off.
Yeah, it's
I can't believe she's a rapper. She's a rapper.
I don't know a Doja Cat song.
Bro, she's
I know Juicy
claimed to
looks
be
better.
she's claimed to
Juicy
be a
was fire.
rapper, right? She claimed to be a rapper, but her style is whack.
You know,
Um,
yeah, eclectic,
she-
I would say.
Yeah, she had her number one hit was she had that song maybe 2 years ago. It was like "Bitch I'm a Cow."
Yeah. Bitch, I'm a cow.
Hold
It
on.
went viral.
I'm a cow.
Bitch, I'm a cow. It went viral.
I gotta start rapping
Yeah.
again, man. What the fuck is going on? Niggas just doing
Hey,
anything.
listen.
no. She
She-
got the
she-
joint. Her joint just went number one.
She
With Nicki.
Just with her and
she
Nicki,
got
right?
she got some melodies. It's not terribly difficult to make. She got enough. She's efficient, sufficient. I think. Like she's not horrible, right? It's
Yeah.
way worse people than. So, but like she started talking, and you like, is she young? Is she a little ditzy? Is she like right? Like it's all that, and I can't rock with it. Maybe it's just one of them things. She ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? I think she looks better
Yeah, boy.
than everything else that she got going on. And
Absolutely cool.
I'll see her from afar and just keep moving.
Absolutely.
Ain't no more to it. Yo, hold on, man. Jordan, I'm glad you're here. I kind of saved this for you. I want to see you defend D Wade's red hair, dog. Like I don't know what the fuck going on with D Wade, dog. What the fuck is Dwayne Wade doing?
What you want me to defend?
Listen, I ain't with it.
Oh, so you don't got no excuse for him?
He a grown man. He a grown man. He wanted to dye his hair. He probably wanted to dye his hair pink,
No. Okay.
or red, or whatever
You're
it
not here to
is.
save him. All right, now I'm gonna get him. It's certain shit. Listen. As a man of a certain age, there's certain things you shouldn't be out here doing.
Right.
Why the fuck is this nigga walking around here with pink hair?
It's
First of all, I
red.
knew something
No,
was
it's
up there.
red. No, it's red.
It's
Okay,
red.
it's red.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do
it's-
that.
It's like Miami.
It's
It's
red.
like Miami Heat red.
It's red.
It's Miami Heat red. Listen, the first time was that earring he had, the hoop joint with the crumb line. You know why?
I
he got
always
that
look
in?
at long hoop nigga earrings and be like, I don't know.
Who had the?
What,
Y'all know,
bro?
y'all know,
long?
y'all know I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? But go ahead.
who
Oh,
got
here we
the?
go.
What?
But so
ahead, what
I,
is-
like I'm on the same like edge as well. As like I can't really speak on it in regards to what's considered like
All right, stop. Stop for a second.
Well, I ain't even get into it.
No, look, we on the podcast, right? I got to schedule you on like real, right? The whole time,
Right.
chilling. We potting. I take it off. My shit red.
Right.
Y'all gonna be like, oh,
I'm gonna
he's
fry
just
you
doing
up.
I ain't
Okay,
going.
all right. So we got to fry D-Wade up.
No. Let's you have to talk about it in totality.
Yeah, I'm gonna fry you up because that's what I do.
You can't isolate. You can't isolate anything, right?
If Wade was my man,
Swipe.
if
So,
Wade
and
was my man,
Swipe
if
it
Wade was
on.
my
Swipe
man,
it on. Swipe it. It's red
Yeah.
hair.
and I
you'll say white.
Wipe it on. Wipe it
So-
on.
Neef, if he was my man, I would grind him up. Like if he was cool, if he was a homie, then I'd tear him up.
I'm gonna tell you the difference where you would and where you wouldn't, right? So you have a child who's going through something, right? Zaya's hair is hot pink, right? If my child dyes their hair pink and that's a thing in our house, and I decide dye my hair red, then I'm gonna grind you up, right? If that's my man, I'm gonna grind you up. But if I had dreadlocks or braids or something like that, and my child gets cancer and now she's bald, and I cut my hair bald, you're not grinding me up no more, right? But
Damn, I hate this nigga, man.
It's still
Some
stems
bullshit.
from the love.
Why you
of
say this
that.
nigga D-Wade?
I'm telling y'all right
That's
now.
not saving him though.
That
That's
is-
context. That's context.
I agree with Rel. I agree with Rel because
No,
going
I'm mad.
through something.
Yo, I'm mad right now.
You can't grind them up without having the whole thing in totality.
That's what I say. It's
Right.
context.
That makes sense.
hey,
That's
He did
context.
it
Plus,
again, Neef. He did it again, Neef.
I was gonna say the same thing that Rel just said. Honestly, I was gonna
Can't
say
do
the
that,
same
bro.
thing because when you know everybody was grinding up. Dang, who had pink hair in NFL last year? And then they understood because his mother had breast cancer. That like the memes went away real quick.
Right.
So you know,
It was somebody. I know.
obviously
I can't think of what it is.
Dwayne Wade's son daughter is going through something. Like it's something that I don't think we can understand personally. But they're going through something in life. No matter if it's they don't feel like, oh, I'm spending too much time with dad, or I'm spending too much time with Gabrielle or the other mother. But at the same time, it's like, all right, I got to support my child no matter what he or she may do.
I
So
I ain't gonna lie. That's
Y'all
a good
just saved
point.
D-Wade, yo.
No,
y'all just saved
I
D-Wade, though.
ain't gonna lie, man.
Not that he needed saving, but y'all saved him. Y'all saved him
Hey.
on this little segment of Brothers
He
Talking
probably
Shit.
get saved. I had a patient, and he was like a man's man, right? Regular dude, right? Regular brother. But one day he came in the joint with nail polish on his toes. So I gotta pretend like I don't see, like we don't see this nail polish on your toes, and like I don't be telling people, "Hey, take the nail polish off before you come." Anyway, I should have been like, "Man, why you ain't take the nail polish off before you come?" So I didn't, but like he wasn't there for his toenails, so it was not a conversation, right? One day he came back, it was a different color. Okay, he a regular dude. We talk regular shit. We might talk sport, regular shit. Turns
You wanted to
out,
ask him, though. You wanted to ask him, cool, didn't you?
right. I did want to ask him since I first saw it, and I'm like, what the? Since I first saw it, so, but it just turns out it was a very benign and simplistic reason for it. His wife and he takes his wife and his daughter to the nail shop, and he gets his nails painted because he decided to chill with his daughter. I'm sorry. He takes his daughter to the nail shop. It's his chore, his response. I don't know their dynamics. I don't know if he only get on the weekend. I don't know. But when you put yourself in that space, I would fucking paint my nails too if it meant whatever the fuck it means to my daughter in that moment. If we had a space where that means that. Now it's not. I'm a don't look over your left shoulder in the picture type dude at the same time. But like I can see where that's a viable reason, and it's not as funny.
As
funny
a
at all.
parent, all you want to do the next day is know that your child is alive. You understand that? Right? Like that's literally all this boils down to. Right? Kids are out there hanging themselves in closets because they're being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was my client was the father of the youngest kid to commit suicide in the history of the country. Like, literally from being bullied. So you literally do whatever you got to do or feel whatever you got to feel, and you can deal with it. Who gives a fuck? I keep telling my family, I tell my wife, I'm like, yo, Dwayne Wade, Gabrielle Union don't need no fucking clout. There's two guards better than Dwayne Wade in the history of basketball, right? He's on TV every week. They had us Gatorade commercial that played every fucking 4 minutes. They are not looking for clout.
Right.
They are not B-list celebrities. They are the furthest thing from B-list
just being themselves.
Rel just single-handedly took him from the butt of the joke to dad of the year.
No, I was kind of feeling like I kind of gave it like I looked at it as tongue in cheek because I kind of put 2 and 2 together just visually. When I saw it, I was like, okay, I can kind of see where this is going without even digging too further because I didn't really care without really digging too further into it. And with Terrell, adding that context, and I'm not sure if it's, if all of that is true. I'm pretty sure Terrell, looked into it. But
I said devil's advocate. That was me playing devil's advocate from the
beginning. But that honestly makes the most sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming from, obviously, Dwayne has garnered some level of compassion for that community as well as what his son or his daughter is, transitioning or going through. It sounds goofy because we don't really understand it, but I mean, if that's what he's doing to make that child and that position that he or she's in now to be more comfortable or to feel safe, then like Cool said, if I gotta paint my shit pink, I'm gonna paint it pink. If that means that my daughter or whoever,
I gotta go bald and do whatever I gotta do. I seen him go get a tattoo on his head of the same thing his daughter had that was connected to her ear or something.
I seen that.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Same
idea. Concept, right?
Hey, D-Wade, this better be the truth, D-Wade, or I'm coming back for you,
man. And to see him kind of be out on the forefront from that, like Ralph said, I don't think they're doing it for clout. I think this man has decided to advocate for his family, not necessarily
like nobody else has.
Like not necessarily for the community. Like I don't think Wade is like advocating for that, for the LGBTQ community. I think he's just like, yo, I'm the man of this family.
Especially because it wasn't like his rollout with it was almost second to Gabrielle's. Remember, Gabrielle was the one. It was at the Pride. With the Zaya first.
Gabrielle, she put her sex out there. They're my bad, Cool. They're their sex. I mean, I don't know if they're swingers. I'm not gonna put that. But when she went on Sway and said what they do in their bedroom,
that she look his ass.
Put it out there.
That she look his ass all the time.
Shout out to them for being flexible, however the fuck they want to be.
Yeah, I was explaining the fact that the documentary was coming out, so you either make your child comfortable or you make them uncomfortable. Those are your two options, right?
Oh, who got a documentary?
Dwayne Wade documentary came out.
Dwayne Wade.
Right. So Zaya was in it, right? You know what I'm saying? Being Zaya. So you gotta, have some context.
That makes sense. That's a lot. That makes
it hiding your child from something they wanted to, wanted to be a part of. Like,
this is why I love the group.
Kids in Pride, they wasn't breaking nothing new, right? When that happened, but it was new to us because we aren't in there. So I'd rather not be ignorant to it for the sake of the joke. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
why we were all fathers and we would do weird stuff,
right,
to make sure our child wake up.
We do weird stuff,
right? They had the whole commercial with everybody's like, "Oh, well, you see the father outside doing like this, right?" And then you look over and you see him over there, practicing the cheers with his daughter.
Right.
It was
I seen something this weekend. A dude, I think it was on Ball Alert on one of them. A dude was like, I can't believe this the same man pretty much that raised me. He a gangster. And he up there doing fucking one of them Just Dance fluffy things with his granddaughter. You know what I'm saying?
All right, listen, hold. I
Kids
want
will
to stay in
soften you, bro.
space.
Yeah.
All right, I want to just pull up because I'm glad we're in this space. Because they talk about this Russell's Little Future happy birthday shout out thing. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Future's son, Sierra, birthday came, and there were, check, there were some people who questioned the sincerity, or what would y'all say? I don't want to
Sierra
put
wrote
words in
it.
anybody's mouth.
It was too
Right.
flowy. It was
So
flowy.
that's what was a common situation in that about the fact that
Men don't
I
talk
don't.
like that.
I think people. This the twist with me, right? Because we just talking about D Wade and what D Wade do, and it's been, well, you know, when we talked about it, it's been hinted. Oh, Gabrielle is the reason why all this is going on, and D Wade is on this type time, and you forked that. You said, well, this is just how he feels or whatever. I'm kind of like that with Russell Wilson. You get what I'm saying? I feel like whatever was, I don't look at, everybody's different. You know what I'm saying? Me and Rel, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on here is different. We're able to do a podcast together, but we're all different, Black, respectable men. I feel as though. So it's different. So I feel like Russell Wilson, he might be just a different kind of cat. And he might go about expressing things in a way that some of us would think sound like it come from a chick. But I really respect Russell Wilson, and I don't think that came from nothing but a sincere place with the man who, when you're with the woman, and this comes from personal experience, when you're with the woman who has a child, when you meet her and y'all together, and then she has your child, if you look at it, that child the child that's not your child has been in your life more than your actual child is, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So he might even love Little Future more than he loved his own child to a certain extent because they got more years in. You feel what I'm saying?
She
So
wrote
I just
that.
feel like it come from a space of sincerity. I don't want to do that. If we not gonna do that to D Wade, we not gonna do that to Russell Wilson.
I'm not saying I believe he actually feels like that, but I also believe that she was like, "Baby, how does it sound?" And he'd be like, "Yeah. Go ahead."
Hey,
And
cool, but listen.
I don't
Hey,
think nothing
cool.
wrong with it
As
either way.
somebody, right, as myself, right? I'll write a text. I'll be writing a text, and I'll read it to my wife. My wife will tell me, "Babe, no, you gotta say it like this."
Right.
Or I might be doing something, and she be like, "Babe, why you say it like that? You should have said."
So in
whatever.
my opinion, she the one that writes, and he the ones that be like, "All right, that's what I think happened." If you go read it, it sounds like poetry, and I'm not saying that his sentiments about Lil Future don't match every word that was in there. I'm saying men don't
He's
talk
saying
like
men
that.
don't write like that.
Yeah, we don't write like that.
Okay.
He could have said the same thing, and it would have
In a
sounded like
man way.
Ugga booga,
Right.
ugga booga, ugga
Right.
booga, ugga.
We don't know how to. Okay, so we don't know how to. For the most part, we don't know how to word things.
We would not
to
have
that
said it
extent.
like that. Like if you go, I don't even have to. We wouldn't have said it like that. And I think he believes it, and I don't think nothing wrong. We a podcast full of I don't even know how you would say it, because when the norm is the norm, and it's unique to come from a one man one wife situation, it ain't strange. It's the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So we are eclectic podcast. People got
Right.
step situations and all of that stuff. So I'm firmly planted on it. That's the bullshit side of the game, that a man can't love a child like that. I just don't think he wrote it. I think he signed off on it. I think he loves Future like that. I don't think he wrote it.
I think, honestly, real quick, I think my wife wish I ran more shit by her before I sent shit out in the world than I do. In the same token, I think, honestly, it's more normal I think it's more unlikely to be like Coolest or like Juices, whereas though y'all are together and all y'all kids are y'all kids, and that's just it. That's more like, you don't see that as often
unusual.
than
Right.
Right. Even though before that was probably the norm. So it is a thing where though it's like that. So it's like, you know, I ain't got too much more to say. If anybody else got something else to it, but I just wanted to put that out there real quick.
I don't think he wrote it. It sounded real, you know what I'm saying?
Feminine.
Yeah, like
broadish? No, that's not broad.
That's not the word.
My bad. That's not broad.
It just
Real
doesn't
flowy.
it doesn't sound like, and I agree with Cool, it doesn't sound like something or the way a male heterosexual type would say something about it. And all the sentiments were accurate, right? You could feel that way, right? And you know, that boy been in your household his entire life. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And I mean the end, but you know, it's just
Let me ask y'all
how
this.
we talk. Russell Wilson can't throw a football in the NFL and talk like that. Like those two things don't go hand in hand.
Right. Super Bowl winning.
Right.
Yeah. Ooga booga Future. Even with he tried. That's
and we'd have got that, right? We were like, oh man, he bodied that shit. Yeah. He could have played the Jay-Z version. We'd have been like, all right, that makes sense, right? You know what I'm saying? Like,
let me ask y'all this. Just on some future shit, right? Can a man with 9 kids and 9 different baby moms really give each one of those kids what they need with the fame? Can he really be, is it possible for him to be what those kids really need from a father? Because we all understand that no matter how much of a check you cut,
you got to be clear about what you got to be clear about that. That's loaded.
That's loaded.
No, you can't be that way with 9 different mothers for 9 different kids. No,
because somebody's gonna be jealous of a gift. Somebody's gonna be jealous of the quality.
They don't live in your house.
One kid.
One live on the side of the world, right? Like,
right.
Seattle and Atlanta ain't close. It's probably the furthest away you can get, other than living in motherfucking goddamn Boca Raton, Florida, right? You know what I mean? Like, shit, it's far. So no,
right? Like for me, it's like I can really, to a certain extent, like I can dig both sides because I'm married and I have another man's children around me more than they're around their father. And in the same token, my daughter lives with her mother and her mother has a fiance and they're building. You know what I'm saying? So I know both sides.
He only got 6 kids, so you can't say 9. That's a lot.
No, he got 9.
He got 6.
Bro, look it up. He got 9.
I'm looking at it right now. Saying Future, Prince, London, Hendrix.
Future got 9 kids, Neef. 9 real kids.
I said 9. Tell Ro that.
I got 6.
No, he got 9, bro. He got. You might be getting confused, bro, because he got 3 1-year-olds.
Damn.
So just because you say that's my kid doesn't make it my kid. Let's be very clear about that.
Yo got 3 1-year-olds.
Future addresses rumors that he has his 8th child, so he has 7. Maybe.
The streets say 9. I'm gonna go with the streets.
Everybody saying 9.
Hey, bro.
There could be as many as 8. like, hold on. We gotta get to the rumble, the bottom of this.
Yo got 3 1-year-olds, yo.
Hey, bro. If you can say Future this episode, you a bad motherfucker. Like you saved the Wade. I don't know if you can say.
Yeah, if you say Future, bro, you get a fucking Pulitzer.
They got 3 1-year-olds.
You get a fucking Nobel Peace Prize. You fucking.
They said Future seemingly addresses rumors he has his 8th child after wishing his 6 exes a happy Mother's Day.
Yo, a legend. Yo, crazy.
Sensational.
It doesn't take much to have 6 kids.
I know a nigga with 3.
No.
Miles got like 9, 10.
Miles does have 9. Miles might got 11 now though, cool.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it might be 10 for real.
Yo was.
I know a nigga with 12.
My man growing up, Naughty was like, yo, I'm trying to get to 10, so I don't have to pay child support. Like, I don't know if that was an urban legend. That's a real thing.
Is that a rule?
Yes, that's
no way that's a rule.
Okay,
yes,
I heard that when I was younger, bro.
Are you serious?
That's a rule. I know somebody close to me right now. He kept having kids, so after 10, you don't have to pay child support because he was so backed up in child support where he couldn't hold a job, he couldn't file taxes, he couldn't do none of that because they would take the money. He can't even have a bank account. So Once you get to 10,
that's what he get.
He wrote Sierra, appreciate you. He wrote everybody else heartfelt messages. He said, Sierra, appreciate you.
You're an animal.
Jay made it worse though.
So
Jay didn't make it worse.
so here's the twist of that. That might have been the spice. You know what I'm saying? Because the Future's birthday coming up. He ain't right that dog. I'm not rolling. Nope.
Look, if every word spelled right and it make a whole bunch of sense, I probably ain't write it neither. I give it a bean. Shout out to my wife. All right, yo.
Right, like the worst kept secret in the world. That's what we saying.
He has 7 children from 6 different women.
Do you know? No, that's not right. Do you know how many times my wife take the phone from me on a professional setting and be like, "Let me talk to him," all the fucking time? I'm like, babe, just call them motherfuckers. Tell them motherfuckers I need this shit right. My wife know what to say to them motherfuckers. I'll be on that motherfucker. They be confused like a motherfucker talking to mine. It's crazy. I can do this shit and I can A-mic all day. Nigga, put me out here trying to get a fucking appointment to see some shit my wife got to handle.
That's hilarious.
Real nigga shit. Yo, what's up with Azealia Banks talking about she slept with Dave Chappelle? That's
I believe her.
corniest shit. No. It ain't about believing her.
Oh.
This I want
to No. I'm gonna shoot her some.
I call her one.
I'm gonna shoot her some.
You gonna save her too?
I am.
Bro, you saving everybody.
You can't even save him tonight.
I am.
Hey, yo, your life goes crazy, bro. How you gonna save her? No, she said I can ruin your life and your all of us knew Dave Chappelle been married before Dave Chappelle went to Africa.
All of us of a certain age, right? Jay being the youngest one, right?
Hold on, I know that.
I was saying all of us of a certain age, with you being the youngest.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, right? The ages go from you and up, right? 30 plus, right?
Yo, how old is Jay? Fuck it.
If you don't know by this time in your life which ones are the crazy ones and which ones ain't going to tell, if you can't tell the difference between those two things,
I was wondering how he was going to do it.
At your age, Dave Chappelle, you're a fucking idiot. And if I'm sitting around like, yo, I can get any of these bitches. Let me go ahead and get Azealia. She'll never tell.
Right.
Don't she look like she'll fucking tell?
Right.
Don't she look like that?
Bro,
she look like she'll tweet
no.
it.
Tell.
You got it how many? Bro. You're seeing it wrong. You know how much pussy she just lined up for Dave Chappelle?
That don't matter.
How many people thought
Listen, that little
was
age woman, she's not going nowhere.
I didn't say she was.
Listen.
Talking about Azealia.
First of all, hold on. Let's tell the truth. Hold on, real quick. Let's tell the truth. Superhead ain't really superhead. She's superhead, okay? That hand mean. That's a lot of hand work for her.
So I just want to put it to you. Bro, you made a real good point, right?
It's the same thing. Handball. It's the same thing, bro. I slap your hand. It's not a foul.
Rel,
it's a part of the ball.
Rel made a real good point, right?
Hand part of the ball.
Rel made a real good point. He said she's crazy. But what's the equation that we usually go to?
Got good pussy.
You know what I'm saying? Yo,
that's what you was talking about, right, Jordan?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah,
it's solid.
You right?
Yeah,
it was.
Right.
Yo, Dave
he just said it kind of fast.
Dave do it. You know, he worked late. He do the stand up joint. You know, she not bad looking. She young. He 50.
He ain't bad though.
Who?
She ain't bad.
She tough.
She get high and talk too much. Like
right, that's not who
tough,
I'm not rolling them dice.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dave knows
I'm going to sleep before I'm banging with no
going the fuck home.
Right, that shit. Listen. Right, that
but
shit.
Dave got that bulletproof money though. Dave got that bulletproof money.
You say
we're not talking about that.
You say you go to sleep before you get Azealia?
Yeah.
Listen, she had to catch me at the 2:40.
At this stage in my life, right?
No,
listen.
That's the end of the last
not
club,
bad,
like
dog.
the last chick. No, she bad.
We not saying that she bad. She's not a bad looking woman. It's just a turn off from the bullshit she do.
Right.
I'm saying
she's a random get on goddamn on Instagram Live and tell the whole world that we're her.
Right.
That's what
That's
she
not
is.
sexy to me.
Yeah.
Russell
He
Crowe to
was-
spit in her face, the RZA. She
wildin'.
she always
Hold
off
on.
the
Who's
hook.
spitting her face?
Like that's
Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Like she came
Yeah.
out there and said that. RZA took me to Russell Crowe house. He spit in my face. Like
I'm trying to figure out how she be around so much.
You
Name
cool?
the
We just
song.
cool. What's the equation?
because-
What's the equation? What's the equation?
She got the goods.
Yeah, but she's
X,
crazy.
I don't believe it's
Yeah,
good.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what we saying. Like,
But
Listen,
we
the way
we
she
as
was-
grown
the
the
men
way-
one with
cannot-
the goods that's not crazy. Have her
I'm gonna say-
around. Who is she? You
Every
don't know
one
her.
of us had one of them. Every one of us had one
Right,
of them.
and I'm too
Facts.
old. I'm
Right,
too old.
that's
That's why I'm
my
going
point.
home.
Right.
That
I'm
was
not
my
falling for
point.
that. I'm not falling for that.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying.
That was
Right
my
now.
point.
I'm gonna ask y'all
20
this.
years ago, you got
Since
me.
y'all all evolved, right?
Right now,
Rumor-
I know what
rumor-
it feels like in the end, and I don't want my
You
windows
do.
busted attached to that. Period.
Rumor has it Halle Berry a crazy one.
Yeah, she crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yep.
not. That's
And
not
she seemed boring.
from her hands. You're not putting this on nothing. Yeah, for her
And
husband.
her titties ain't impressive. I seen them on Swordfish.
Right.
Monsters Ball.
Pretty don't equal happiness. Pretty don't equal happiness.
Right.
She been stopped doing it for me 15 years ago, though, bro. Like,
Listen, the prettier they
Yeah,
are,
she
the
almost
less
60.
they work.
She's almost 60 probably.
The prettier they are, the less they
I-
work. She don't feel like she got to
I'll
do
take
shit. She been very
Angela
long.
Bassett over Holler.
Okay.
I ain't mad at her.
I knew she was doing when Eric Benet left, and he was like, I got a sex
Bruh.
problem. Like,
Yeah.
like
My
that
man's
mean
like-
her shit was trash.
My man was like, no
Because
thank
she
you.
just thinks she pretty. She just thinks she pretty.
She probably boring.
Yo, give me Regina Hall all day, dude.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
Yeah, boy.
I'll
I
take
love
Regina King.
Any
Both
Regina.
of them. Yeah, seriously. Oh,
No,
God.
I know a terrible Regina. I ain't gonna.
We
We don't call her that. We call her Gina. She don't get called Regina. We call her Gina.
Oh.
Hey, that's that one with the good right there. He don't want to call her real name out.
No, hell no. That shit is good and terrible. I don't know, but I've heard such thing. Fuck you look at your watch for? You clock.
No, my phone is ringing, bro. Damn.
Oh, my bad.
You told me not to pick my phone up. I look at my watch. It's a problem, yo. I'm trying to elevate and grow right now. bro.
Okay, listen, that's neither here nor there. Speaking of Angela Bassett, right? I was watching. What's crazy is what was the Dead to Me, right? They got old Kelly Bundy on there. You know, she gonna be Kelly Bundy forever. I don't know what the fuck her real name is.
Christina Applegate.
Some white
is
lady.
her
They
name.
get old.
Applegate.
That's funny.
Right. I knew her name. I didn't want to say it.
Oh, all right. I thought you were serious.
Like when they get older, yo, you know, like white women, dog, when they get older, they lips and shit be all fucking
Age like milk.
fucked up.
They
Like,
age like milk.
black
They
women,
age like milk.
look, they age like milk. Black women, man, shout out to Taraji and them. They like 50 and knee long, still looking good, man. Like, them white women, when they get a certain age, boy, they start looking bad. They lip get all balled the fuck up. Like, what the fuck is going on? Shout out to the black women out there, man. Black don't crack, man. That's what I want. That's all I want to say. Hello?
Oh, shit. Yeah, we here. We here.
Okay, so I asked on Twitter and shit. Do a ring count if you didn't work? How as far as a ring? We talking sports right now, a little sports shit. When do the ring count? Because like let's
When
say
you
like
get it.
Yeah.
When you
I'm
get
about
the
to say.
ceremony.
all right, so let's say if you play 13 games of the season and then you get hurt and you miss the rest of the playoffs, do that ring still count?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. Jeremy Lin got a ring. They're gonna remember that.
Yep.
When did Jeremy Lin get a ring?
Toronto.
Yeah, with the Raptors.
Oh yeah, right. Yo, it's a boy. Hold on, it's funny. It's a boy who played for
Keith Booth got a
Golden
ring.
State 2 years. It's a boy.
Matt Barnes.
It's a boy that got three. It's a boy that got three rings. He played for Golden State 2 years. Then he played for Toronto last year. Like he undefeated right now as far as in the chip.
Oh, you talking about,
I think he got a triple. Yeah, he
Fuck.
got a three.
the little the point guard.
Damn, I can't
I
think
want
of
to say a
his fucking
small
name.
forward.
man.
No, I ain't a point guard. He like a small forward.
I can't think. Not Ian. Not
Yeah.
Ian. What's his name? Ian Clark. It's not Ian Clark. What the fuck is
Mm-mm.
the other nigga name?
No, it's not Ian Clark. No. And they got a three-peat going on.
Right.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, the ring camera.
All right. What else I got for y'all?
If I was cooking for the Ravens, I'd get a goddamn ring.
Coming to America or Harlem Nights?
Patrick McCaw.
That's a tough
That's
one.
what
Patrick McCaw. Yeah, Patrick McCaw.
Right.
That's a wash, Neve.
No, yeah, give me one.
What'd you say?
Harlem Nights.
Harlem
Harlem
Nights.
Nights are coming to America.
Harlem Nights.
I see Harlem Nights too.
Y'all saying it easy. Am I tripping?
No, it ain't
Yeah,
easy,
No, it ain't easy.
Harlem Nights.
It is easy. Everybody said it with the quit. They were like, "Oh shit, you just mad because you got to choose between your two of your favorites." But that shit was an easy goddamn win. That's an easy
Harlem Nights.
dub.
I will say this: Harlem Nights got more jokes that had
Motherfuckers
you
in it.
crying.
Bruh,
That's
the
right.
one,
That Red Fox
the
scene,
one-liners, the
still love-
punchlines, the shoot me in the pinky
People,
toes.
right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
No, my shit said he
the
like
gun scene with
Sunshine.
Arsenio, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Tell your mother I ain't coming
Yo.
home. Like,
when they was shooting, when they was rolling craps with Red Fox, and he said, "I got something in my eye." He said, "Well, get it out your eye, you blind motherfucker."
yeah. And for a lot of us, that was the first movie you saw that, like, you know what I'm saying? They added out for you, you know what I'm saying? So it's near and dear to a lot of our hearts.
It's funny y'all bring that up because I'm trying to think. Recently, they was talking about how that was one of the first, like, that was one of Eddie's first movies that he did, but it was all black cast, all black superstars for the most part, and the black folks won. The black folks was empowered. You know what I'm saying? Eddie was on some shit. Like, if you look at the movies, all them shits that he used to produce before he went Nutty Professor role was like, you got fucking Boomerang. Everybody black working at a marketing firm. You know what I'm saying? Getting money. You know what I mean? Like, that's Harlem Nights.
Another
shit,
drink you
man.
gotta.
And he sold out for the Disney check. You ain't gotta sugarcoat it.
Nah, you're right.
And I don't know a lot of people who ain't gonna sell out for the Disney check. They're gonna be like, I gotta play Milwaukee.
That check do not bounce, player. That
Ever.
check
Hey,
that shit heavy.
They've been
You gotta
closed
look at
for
that
3
cat.
months and that check's still good.
Right.
Like,
You gotta look at that. You gotta look at that cast from Life too. That cast from Life got some hitters on it.
yeah.
Right.
Anthony Anderson, who just really, you know what I mean, Bernie Mac, rest in peace, Bernie. But come on, man, like it's some hitters on it. Like he, and you gotta respect that space you gotta be in, where you're comfortable in yourself to bring that kind of talent around.
He,
Bro,
Bro,
that's something to be
everybody
said about
say
it.
that Eddie Murphy is the funniest person in the room.
yeah.
And I ain't never heard somebody that said,
they
nah,
said-
I'm funny.
Dave said that. Dave said, yo, you go to fucking fight parties and shit. He's still the funniest nigga in the room. We can't fuck with him.
Yeah.
Right.
With
Right.
Life, people
But on
forget with
stage.
Life, he bought, he kind of helped Martin get back on his feet because that was after Martin flaked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? The studios
Right.
wasn't fucking with him. Like,
Good point.
Right.
yeah, the studios wasn't fucking with him. And he was, he was like, nah, I want Martin.
Yeah.
Like, I want Martin to be in this shit.
Let me ask y'all about this. I don't know if y'all have heard about this Drake. So it's Drake that he had. That had some bars that was talking about Kylie Jenner. You heard
We
about
heard
that?
Nah,
Yeah, we heard it.
I haven't heard it.
I heard it.
It's a song that I haven't heard it, but it was a song that was supposed to have came that he had recorded, talking about Turn Away.
He said
His
Kylie
name
Jenner
is-
is a
I gotta
side
look that
piece.
up.
I got 20 Kylie Jenners, and then Future go in there and ad lib. He got 20 Kylie Jenners.
I ain't heard that.
Future know he messy.
Look, Future, anything to take the attention off of Future, he
No, no, it's like 6
Future that
years
nigga.
ago.
It's probably a hot
old,
ad lib too.
Oh, is
I
that
mean,
old?
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
it's old. Yeah, it's
Just
old.
because she got a different last name, she's still a Kardashian. So
Like,
I mean,
yeah, like
she-
pre-Travis Scott, probably right after
Alright,
Tiger when he was
and that
beefing
was-
with Tiger. Remember
That's where I was going
Tiger
with.
and Drake was beefing?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
it's
was
just
going
like
at the
yeah.
I was
it's
going
that
at the
old.
what's the name thing? I didn't know what that old. My bad. I know.
Yeah, it's old. It's old.
Alright.
Much
y'all
to do
beef.
about nothing.
What's up?
Leaf,
What's up,
I got something for you. I didn't know if y'all went by this last week about the and I think y'all did about the NFL and that Rooney Rule shit.
The Rooney Rule?
We didn't
Yeah.
talk
Please go
about
ahead
it.
and do that real quick. I got
Oh,
on
we
my
didn't
list.
talk about it.
So
We did this
first
shit,
and foremost, just to
Go
clarify,
ahead.
it shouldn't even
He
be
late, but
called. it shouldn't even be called the Rooney Rule. So the Rooney Rule is only in place because brother Johnny Cochran was taking that ass to court. Like he put in motion to, which ended up being, you know, the end result being the Rooney Rule. But it was his foresight, his presence, and his basically threatening the NFL that their practices, you know, weren't contributing to, you know, adding diversity in you know, in these more influential positions in these boardrooms with, you know, as executives, general managers, and owners. So just the narrative of it being quote unquote the Rooney Rule and associated with the Rooney family isn't even accurate. You know what I'm saying? It's racist itself, because the only reason that it's in place is because a brother, you know, and they didn't want to go to court with John. That's how crazy. That's how, you know, scared of white people they were. Johnny Cochran was ready to take them to court. Nobody wanted to go to court with Johnny Cochran. He fucking won the case of a motherfucker who, you know, we know what OJ may or may not did, but he beat the system. You think he did? I still don't think he did. But just to put the full context, right? I think the idea that they have in place with the draft picks is fucked up, but I'm looking at it like, hey, it's a foot in the door, right? It's unfortunate that we still have to worry about getting a foot in the door, and it can't just be us walking the fuck through it. That's neither here nor there.
So who the first the first black person or black coach, African American coach, to get
Art
hired
Shell.
for the
Art Shell.
No, was Marvin Lewis.
No, it was Art Shell.
Art Shell. Art Shell was
really?
With the Raiders.
Yeah. Al Davis.
I thought the Rooney Rule didn't apply. I thought the Rooney Rule didn't go in there.
Oh, you talking about with the Rooney Rule?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
right.
All right. Okay.
You're all right.
Oh yeah. Correct.
You're
That is
right.
correct. Yes.
All right.
But so, and the reason that this conflict recently is because the Rooney Rule, of course, the owners found a loophole, right? Where it's we can just interview a black person. We don't gotta hire them. Because the Rooney Rule was like, hey,
They can interview me and satisfy the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You interview you interview cool, you know.
I would say yes to the fucking interview. They fly me out.
Yeah, then they just we had a nigga in here. We had one nigga.
Right.
So
we had one nigga in here.
We had the people who are, you know, contrarians to this idea of saying, well, what about, you know, we're passing up good coaches just to say that we can hire a black one, or we passing up good GMs just because we have to hire a black one. And, you know, and some, you know, I think somebody made an example of someone like Kyle Shanahan, right? And he's like, well, why would we pass up on Kyle Shanahan just to hire a black coach? And it's like, yeah, I understand that, right? But Kyle Shanahan is a direct descendant of nepotism, right? Yes. You know what I'm saying? Right. Not saying that not saying that he's not a good coach. He's not qualified.
You wouldn't know he was a good coach if he wasn't Shanahan.
Exactly.
Shanahan on the back, right?
Yeah. So even still, how many?
And the jury's out on Kyle because he ain't one shit.
Right.
I never lied. Matter of fact, he gave up
Kyle,
28-3.
I like Kyle.
You can like him all day.
I like him as a play caller. He get a little cold feet in them tight games.
Well, that matters.
The only game that counts.
Twice.
So listen.
Twice.
He's a result of nepotism. So they were saying, you know, so a lot of people who contrary to this are saying, you know, you pass up on somebody just to meet a quota, and it's like, how many brothers were passed over while during the maturation of a Kyle Shanahan? Right? Because I'm pretty sure while he was being groomed as an assistant, as a coordinator, quality control, there were brothers who were, you know, and coming up through the ranks that already been in the NFL as assistants, coaches, scouts, whatever, 20, 30 years, and he was being groomed because his daddy was a coach.
Yes. The same thing's gonna happen with Belichick, son. Because Belichick, he's on his dad, so
yeah.
Like, oh well.
Jay, he went up he was quality control 2 years ago. He's a what is it? Special offensive assistant already.
Yeah.
2 years.
What's his name?
Pepper Johnson was a fucking linebacker coach for damn near 30 damn years on Bill Belichick's sideline. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
he's spitting tonight. He's spitting.
Hey, listen, a nigga named Pepper can't relate to me. Bro, you don't know what's your name, Pepper? Listen.
Hey, that's an old.
Fucking
That's an old.
Belichick's son can't relate to you less.
Right.
So true.
Albert Johnson
Oh,
will
like,
fuck somebody up.
hold on. The league is what?
Albert Johnson was
How-
on Tecmo Bowl, like, wasn't he?
He said,
Right,
yes,
he
he was.
was.
With the
He
Giants.
was.
With the Giants.
But cool.
Right.
He's still a linebackers coach. Cool.
That's
He
what I'm
beat him.
saying.
He the fucking linebackers coach. He's been there 30 years.
Like, don't affirmative action me to death, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, we've had the honor and privilege of being around a Hall of Fame GM, right? So
Yes.
you got to see it being done the right way. And you know what I'm saying? It was a job where he had to step down. It wasn't, let's go ahead and fire this man,
Right.
even through the tough years, because he always seemed to get it right, to the point where we had a saying, in Aussie we trust, right? So it was like, man, we're not going to question nothing he do in the draft, because in Aussie we trust,
Yes.
right?
Keep y'all with some young cats that is going to be all right.
Yeah, it's still being around now, even though he's not the GM, but still being around, right?
He's still in the room,
and still, and, you know, being that you know what I'm saying, that Hall of Famer, enshrined, you know, say yellow jacket type guy, and then doing it the right way. But now
Passing the torch, but he about to pass the torch to a white boy.
He already did.
Yeah, he did.
But
Well, that's
why
right.
don't that open up?
Yeah.
Why don't that open up more opportunities for the black GMs?
I don't
With
know.
success?
Right, but you got
With Mike Tomlin. With
gotta
Mike,
look at the owner. You gotta look at the owner.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
that's the whole point of the rule. Is like that's the whole point of these, you know, people having to not intervene, but the union having to intervene is because it's like you got a prime example of someone like an Ozzy, right? Ozzy feet on the ground for years, like, you know, scouting and all that shit. Then he out of there, and it's DaCosta coming in. Not saying DaCosta isn't qualified, but it's like no one else could have been groomed during those years. That was a brother.
he had it.
I don't have no
draft,
problem.
though.
I don't have no problem.
I don't hold you.
I don't have no problem. See, that's the problem. You can't have a problem. You can't legislate and rule
As long as he produced, right?
white supremacy. You cannot. And listen, this is not from no victim tone. You understand? But if I owned an NFL team and I needed a GM, would I groom Jordan and his kind, or would I groom Troy in there? Or not even Troy, whoever the fuck, somebody, you know, Brad in there. I would probably groom Jordan Boyd in them if those were the two options. So you can't fault me, can you? Not really. You definitely can't even fault them at this point. The problem is that shit is old money and old this and old that. No victim.
Let me ask you this, though,
It is
Cool.
what it is. So you can't legislate. We know it's wrong, but you can't legislate. You can't. I don't want to see no fucking. You know, they had to hire this kind of guy. I would love to have a. You know, the you talking about old ass crotchety white folks. Sometimes you versus a Steve Bisciotti, who might be a little bit more visionary and say, hey, this is a Hall of Fame guy. He relates to people and he would be great in his role. Let's keep him there. You know.
But see, I think the whole twist is let's just let's not see. And it's hard to say, and it might sound corny, but let's not see color. Let's just see what they actually do. You know what I'm saying? Like
skill.
Yeah, exactly. Let it be. If it's Brad and Brad is better than Jordan, and I'm a black man. If Brad is better, let me hire Brad because Brad is better.
But the
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, in a
problem-
perfect world, in the
Right,
perfect
there's
world,
no perfect world.
that would be, you know, that would be ideal. You know what I'm saying? But in these situations,
you hire Jordan.
Yeah, where
I
the
don't give a
scale,
fuck if he
where the
late.
scale
He's
is
my cousin.
already right.
Like
where
let me ask you this though.
The scale is already uneven. The scale is tilted. So
let me ask you this though, Jordan. Do you
Yeah.
think a team's gonna hire a black man just to get a couple picks up in the
Yes.
draft?
fuck yeah.
100%.
You,
In the
you
third
don't-
round?
nigga, you don't know how shrewd Jerry Jones is. Jerry Jones hired
The
two
third
niggas.
round is great. Like the third round ain't a slouch round.
No doubt.
That's top
Yo,
100. Like,
Jerry
I don't
Jones
know.
will hire. Jerry
But
Jones will
listen,
hire
hold
three
on.
niggas.
We talking about the same. We talking about the same league who y'all tell me all the time has backups. There's no way there's 60 or 90 quarterbacks is better than Kaepernick. So when they want to stick to their guns, Okay,
They
so
can.
if you're so stuck in your ways that you won't take talent over,
Yeah, but
less
when you
talented,
incentivize it,
what
but
will make
listen,
you take it?
but Neef, when you incentivize it, highly incentivized, like Rel said, a third round pick is valuable. Jerry Jones will hire 3 niggas and give them a cell phone, not even a laptop, just to say that they assistant GMs. If that meant he got 3 third round picks, that's 3 pass rushers for Jerry, 3 fucking
Well, you
offensive linemen.
get Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones don't trust his own son. The only one to get through Jerry Jones. If it wasn't for his son, Johnny Manziel would have been a Cowboy.
He's still a boss.
Yeah, that he ain't won since Jimmy for real.
And he gonna die trying too. Jerry he gonna keep trying every year.
Yeah, he probably if they don't get Dak his fucking money,
He's still
I
chasing
don't
that.
know
He's
why he
still
won't
chasing
pay
Jimmy
him.
Johnson ghost like a motherfucker.
Because he know Dak ain't their savior. That's why Dak ain't getting their money.
And
Y'all
guess
think
what?
Dak that good? Y'all think Dak that good, or he just play
Hell
for the
no.
Cowboys?
Nah, I think
No,
Zeke
that's
that
the
good.
There's
twist.
a difference.
I think Zeke
He
that
just play
good.
for the Cowboys.
He just play for the
The
Cowboys.
thing with the shit with the
Ain't-
Dak shit is they want to
We're
give
running back
Dak
$90 million good.
the thing with Dak is they want to give Dak the 4th year, the 5th year. And Dak said, "You gonna give me the 5th year, then give me $45 million." It ain't like he has for $45 million all the way through. And like Uncle Shay Shay always say, "Cool, that shit, man." And I like Uncle Shay Shay, but you like Uncle Shay Shay. That NFL money ain't kicked in yet. That's adding that 17th game. That money ain't changed over to how the whole shit gonna play out. So quarterbacks making $45 million might not be an issue when you add that other game to
The crazy
what's
thing is
going to
that
happen.
guy.
And then you got then you got another playoff team, man. So you had another game on both sides as far as the wild card weekend and shit. That's more money coming in. So that NFL money, that's like that Scottie Pippen deal he took in the early '90s, and then money got different in the NBA. Like that's what that I'm looking at. So with the salary cap like now, and you add in the 17th game, and then you add in another playoff team and another game to the wild card weekend, it's about to be different money.
Dak got all the leverage. If I'm Dak, I'm not playing. I'm not signing shit. Y'all bring motherfucking I don't know who the backup.
No, but this.
So you think Dak gonna hold out?
I
I
would.
would.
They got,
It ain't what you
But see,
worth, it's what you
the problem
negotiate.
is-
You know what I'm saying? It ain't what
The
you worth, it's what you negotiate.
The problem
A
is
quarterback?
the worst. Listen,
Hey Jay,
the worst
when you know the quarterback not get paid?
I just asked the question.
Yeah,
All
the
is
wor-
true. I mean, yeah, but I just him holding
Hey,
out.
listen. Hey, Jay,
if Kirk
Jay Jordan,
Cousins
this
can
is
hold
Scott.
out, Dak Prescott can hold out.
When did Kirk Cousins hold out?
You said when he
Kirk
held out.
Cousins signed on the dot. He signed on the dotted line every time.
Oh yeah, he signed the franchise tender. Yeah, my bad.
Right.
Yeah, I forgot
This-
you think he good.
No. I can see it.
They say he signed on the sideline every time.
Yo was
Yeah.
happy too. Shit, Kirk saw that shit. I bet he did. It was 100 fucking guaranteed million.
84
He
million
hurry
guarantee.
He hurry up and sign that.
It's 84 million guarantee. 84 million guarantee.
Motherfucking Kirk was like, "Y'all giving me what?
It
Y'all
worked.
know I
It worked.
The twist
He
was
said, yeah.
Y'all
the
know I
worst
can't
shit
throw
that-
but 12 yards, right? Yeah, that's cool. Shit.
hey, Teddy Bridgewater got money too, so stop it. The
He
worst shit
another
that ever
one.
happened to the worst shit that ever happened to the NFL was that franchise tag shit. I don't understand why they
The
don't.
worst shit that
How
happened
do
to
they
the
got
NFL is the union agreeing to a fucking salary cap. You cannot put a ceiling on anybody's earning in a free market.
No, I think that franchise tag where they can keep you for 1 year.
No, fuck
pay
the
you top five
franchise
money,
tag.
then keep you again.
Neef.
If the franchise
Just think
tag
of it
was
like
the
this.
NBA,
Think of it like this.
you'll never see the franchise tag in the NBA.
Just think of it like this. If the NBA didn't have the collective bargaining agreement that they have, the revenue sharing, right? It wouldn't be no salary cap because they got enough
They got
money
the
to
best
hold out.
deal.
Who got
They
the
got
best
enough
the
money to
best
hold
deal?
out.
Who
NBA.
got the best deals?
Oh,
Nah,
No.
it's what they don't.
Baseball got the best deals.
Because baseball shit.
But
Hey,
NFL got the worst deal.
Ain't Bobby Bonilla Day coming up soon?
It's in a couple weeks, bro.
Like,
In a couple weeks,
Bobby
bro.
Bonilla Day.
Oh man, I love Bobby
Hey,
Bonilla Day. I celebrate every year like Juneteenth.
Yeah.
Like, ain't it coming up soon?
They probably was like, hey, Bobby, what you want us to do, Bobby? You want us to pay you now or string it out for 50 years? String it out for 50 years, motherfucker. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yo took 20 and told him, fucking back pay me on the other 35 million or some shit.
Allowed them to.
Yeah, allowed them to. Because Bernie Madoff was stealing money.
Shout out to Bernie.
Shout out to Bernie. Bernie, they talking about, yo, would you do what Bernie did? Yes.
Yo, I know we almost 2 hours into this podcast, but we have not addressed one of the biggest things that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? When we said Bernie, it made me think about Bernie Sanders, but immediately took me to goddamn Uncle Joe, Joe Biden. We gotta talk about this, so we can't let another goddamn week go by. There's no way we can let another week go by without talking about
we don't talk about this. We're not black.
Right.
Yo, is he? That was funny. That was funny.
Oh, you was on point with that. You was on point. Yeah, that boy cooking tonight.
That's funny as shit. That was funny as shit.
So what's up with Joe Biden, the whole Black America shit?
So Joe Biden, who want to talk about it? You want me to
go ahead, bro.
Okay, I'll introduce. Go ahead, bro. So Joe Biden gets on the Breakfast Club and does an interview with Charlemagne. His aide is rushing him from the end of the interview. It's about 10 or 15 minutes long. Saying
because his dementia meds was wearing off.
It said his wife, his wife had another interview coming up at 6 o'clock, right? So Charlemagne's like, "Hey man, you gotta talk to us. We got questions." And his response was, "If you still have to decide between me and Trump at this point, you ain't black. AIN''T. You ain't black." And he smiled about it as if that was the right thing to say. Good, cool.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Listen, I barely pay attention. It's so much here to even talk a bit about with this. The sad thing is, I didn't watch the interview, so I only know that if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like, you not fitting to guilt nobody. We see, that's what I'm talking about. We passed this shit. See, they still playing up the same playbook. They definitely think just because we black, we supposed to vote a certain way. They not supposed to have an agenda or any of those things. And he so cavalier and loosely said it. You also got this subset of black people that be like, don't say nothing, y'all. Stop bringing attention to this because he's our only hope. I don't know what's wrong with people these days. It's weird to me on a lot of levels, because I don't see the man I see, the representative. He look like he old, and like I wouldn't really want him making decisions and stuff like that. I would trust my own better than his. And it's crazy. He looked less the part than Trump to me. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
It's worse. Like, they really think that it's okay to pander to black people. Like he said it like, "Oh, you know what, Joe? You're right. Let's go ahead and rock the vote." Like, yo, it's the same shit, and you just sit here like, wow. We know what he gonna do. We know they're gonna go to Breakfast Club because they think that's the voice of the black community.
I voted for Obama because he black. I ain't voting for no cracker because what the fuck is wrong with these motherfuckers, man?
I don't watch the Breakfast Club anymore, though. I got more shit that's popular than that.
Oh, that shit's funny, man. And he said it with such a straight face, and I was ready for Charlemagne to tear his ass up. But Charlemagne wants the next interview when he comes to New York because he's going to have to do it again, at least twice. At least. Easy. And then he had to apologize. That motherfucker dude got dementia. He's not going to get voted in.
Right, no.
Hold on. There ain't nobody better. Y'all don't got nobody else. There's nobody else that y'all can put up. This is it.
I've been saying it for
2 years.
Cool. Has it been 2 years? Cool. Yep. I've been saying it for 2 years. When President Obama was coming, they was talking about the junior senator from Chicago. That's what the first thing I heard before I even knew what he looked like, right? 2 years ago, I was like, who running for president against Trump? The shit's coming up and got daggone 24 months. And then you had old boy acting like he liked women. and then you had Elizabeth Warren, you know what I'm saying, jumping in, and then Biden, and then, like, it was just, and then Uncle Bernie, and everybody was like, universal health care, and you know what I'm saying, what's the damn ism that everybody's on with? I don't even know. Some shit ain't gonna happen.
They be like, abortion,
Yeah.
abortion. Man, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
Roe v. Wade, like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I'm telling you, I watched that first debate with him and Bernie Sanders, and they look like two old fuckheads talking about shit from the 70s. And I was like, none of this shit has value in my life.
Hey, Joe, you want to know what I did, Joe? I marched with Martin Luther King, you know, and then I was out there in the civil rights. What were you doing, Joey? Huh? What were you doing?
Yeah.
I was marching.
This is literally the conversation. Jordan ain't playing.
I was marching.
Literally what's happening. He's like, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
Fuck. If y'all want to beat Trump, y'all think this is the way?
No.
like this motherfucker got on TV and said, grab him right in the pussy, and y'all think that this is the way? Like, if y'all don't match that,
he gonna win. He gonna win so easily, yo. He gonna win so easily.
It ain't nobody young and fresh.
Easy. He's gonna
ain't nobody young and fresh.
Fucking easy, bro.
We gonna be fucked too.
No, because they're still trying to play the old political game. You think you're going to get some balance to this, and it's never going back that way.
Right.
No.
You don't understand this. Once he got to raise his hand, it's never going back to the way it was.
That's absolutely right.
So they need to get somebody ready for 4 years from now.
They won't have nobody.
I'm just saying.
Bruh.
They need to get real, man.
They was grooming O'Malley, but he got his past too fucked up, and he got out of wedlock kids. You just can't, you know.
So he's supposed to get on TV and say, "So fucking what? What I did when I was 20.
Right.
So what? I'm 50 now. None of us are the same
now.
at 20. If he said that,
Trump
he'd be better suited instead of trying to hide it."
Future got seven number one albums with 9 baby mamas, dog. Like,
and O'Malley, you know what I think fucked up O'Malley? He cheated with a black woman.
Gone are the days.
That might help him if he say the right thing.
Gone are the days
big kids.
Yeah.
Where grooming people works on people, yo. No,
I like my coffee black, and then give him
I don't give a fuck.
A wink. Give a wink and give a wink with it, Rel. I like my coffee black.
You're not about to pull no wool over my eyes talking about grooming somebody, and I'm be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for him just because my parents did. Fuck that. Fuck your system. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I don't know what you're gonna do. You all better figure it out. Cause don't count on my shit.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Don't ask me for it. It's weird.
If it's raining, you might not want to count me out.
You can't piss down my back and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
If it's raining on the election day,
first time.
I still don't get that saying. Like,
this the first time in a long time. This is the first time in a long time I was just like, I might not vote this year.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest since I'm the youngest person out here. I have never voted.
Yeah, how old is Jay? I still asked that question like 45 minutes ago. Like,
So,
Jay, how old are you, Jay?
33.
What the fuck are you thinking about? This is 33?
Yo, how this nigga got all that hair on his face? I don't got none, bro.
You got a hair full of hair? You got a hair full of on the top?
You mentioned he got what you got? Rick Ross and who else? Who was the other one?
Mark Henry.
Mark
Henry. That was good.
Yo.
Mark Henry just had an interview too.
Yo, do you say Mark Henry when you go to the club?
He got mistaken for Mark Henry.
He got mistaken for Mark Henry when he was in Mexico.
Yo, if you say Mark Henry when you go to the club, I promise you get a bottle, table service, everything.
You know what?
Mark Henry got the baldy though. Mark Henry got the baldy though.
Look at this shit. He shit close.
Nah, and I think Mark Henry
they don't fucking know.
Shade than Jay.
Neef, what you talking about?
They don't know.
He go somewhere like the Aria in Vegas where it's white people. Man, they be like, "Oh fuck, Mark Henry,
fucking Mark Henry." Hey yo,
fucking Mark Henry,
yo, we was at the harbor. We was at the inner harbor. This is like the '90s, and motherfucker, we see ODB, right?
Right.
So nigga like it's all the Cherrydale boys, right? So nigga like old dirty. I had it on camera somewhere too, just like 9-5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So old dirty got his hair plaited up and everything. He ordering something from an eatery. Couple white boys walk up. They're like, "Oh my God, It's Carl Caney, guys. Carl
Who?
Caney.
Who the fuck is that?
Old Dirty had the big K, Carl Kanai, clothes.
Carl Kanai.
They called him Carl Caney?
They thought it was Carl Kanai. They don't even know who the fuck Carl Kanai is.
That's crazy.
So much so that they called it the Caney, and they ain't realize it was fucking the Old Dirty Bastard.
That's crazy.
Yo,
damn, I forgot the camcorder cool.
When I was in Kentucky and I worked for Rel, I had people tell me, I had a lady buy me a gold chain because she said I looked like Rick Ross.
I done ran with that shit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mark Henry and Rick Ross for sure.
Mark Ross, Mark Ross, you know.
That's funny as shit. That's funny as shit. Mark Ross. Yo,
that's why I can't wait for Corona to be over with, because I'm about to go out here and get some free stuff.
Yo, just say you Mark Henry. You know what I mean, Yo, them white people will give you free shit at the fucking at the spot.
You missed it early. You missed it early. That's what we talking about. Like I get so much tabs paid for, free food. Literally, the whole Mexican family came out the villas on the beach. We played soccer. Those kids whipped our asses.
I was about to say, I wouldn't even have thought about that shit. They fucked you up.
Well, see, this is how they got us, right? They sent over 2 girls, right? And they was like, hey, my uncles wants to know if you want to play soccer. We think we're going to play with the old guys. They brought those kids out. Man, we ended up with sand everywhere. They was running circles around us on that damn beach. They said, Mark Henry, we're going to cook. Oh, but they whipped our ass. They cooked us. Luckily, they made some good ass food so we can go home happy. But man, we went to the hotel zone, and one of the guys outside trying to sell us we was like, all right, let's play it off. It was like, oh, Mark Henry, and we went straight in. we straight in, VIP everything.
The riots have started in Minneapolis, by the way.
Yeah, you know that was coming.
They are busting out cop windows right now and chasing cop cars down the street on foot.
Oh my!
We just said that. I'm telling you, it's going to be like Philly was when
they're going to start shooting. Where's this at, Ralph?
Minneapolis,
Minnesota.
Where George Floyd.
Yeah, George Floyd. Yeah.
People tired of this shit, man.
Bruh, I'm glad y'all already touched on that shit because that shit blew me.
Oh, we went about an hour.
That shit blew me. That little motherfucker standing there, you worried about somebody intervening, fucking up y'all arrest. He got his fucking, I'm pretty sure that fucking tactic is not taught. Fucking put your knee on his fucking skull.
What's that point you made, Jay? What you say is outlawed? What's the move?
The rear naked choke. The rear naked choke is not even allowed to do because
anywhere
so much is done. So when you put your foot on your neck, then you are doubling your weight on someone's neck. So you got a carotid artery, you got the spine, and every other muscle that's in there.
Freddie
Gray. And like Ralph said, you want to get up. Like, no, this is not what my neck is supposed to be doing or feel.
Right.
So if you're hitting that artery and you're
fighting for your life.
Fighting for your life because that artery is not. You're not getting blood to your brain. So they may say he died.
At the hospital.
At the hospital. But as long as he had his knee on his neck, he probably went brain dead. Now, his brain probably didn't respond after that because the loss of blood flow going to the brain or the heart because you're pinching it. So, yeah, I'm not going to believe that one. You can feed that lie to somebody else, but he didn't die at the hospital. He died in your hands.
He died on that street with your neck, with your knee on his neck.
What they did was, to go back at it, what they did was they covered their ass. So instead of saying, oh, Officer so-and-so is part of our department and he's under investigation, they say, we fired him because the family can't do a lawsuit now which they still can. So they can't do a lawsuit against the police department now because he's no longer on the police force. But now they're going to do a civil lawsuit and he still can.
But that money don't bring that man back.
No, No money brings it back. No, that's exactly.
We know the play.
All right, we
Dude's
not
gonna
going.
we
We ain't gonna get back
Gotta
worked up,
revisit.
man. I felt myself in a happy space for the last 45 minutes. Y'all got anything else y'all want to put out?
Nah, man, I'm good.
Nah,
I'm
we
good.
good.
Brothers Talking Shit, episode 95. Oh yeah, watch out for me and Jordan album. It's only at the top, so we here together.
We
R&B
are
duets. R&B duets. I got another video too, Jordan. I'm waiting to see if I'm gonna post it or not. Of me and Jordan singing R&B at Bro House. The mixtape dropping on Tuesday. They didn't even know we was doing this shit. Jordan and Ethan's only at the top.
Oh man, that's probably what Juice producing right now, huh?
Right.
Neef, you gotta put the brisket video on the fucking joint,
yeah,
bro.
I'll do that shit too. I'll do it too. I'll do that one drink. Yeah, that drink was love. That drink was love. He said that's what this is Brother Talking Shit, episode 95. Let's end this shit right here.
I took that shit in my phone. He shook it like little lights.
That brisket was
like
listen, I'm not doing this right
you
now.
don't
That
need
brisket,
eat beef.
that brisket was love.
Wait, he was tight about the amount that you gave him? You gave
Pop,
him a whole
listen,
back.
so he gave it to Curry. The Pop was like this.
Yo, he
It's
gave him
kinda
a whole
light.
back. It was a whole
It's kinda
back,
light.
though.
Yeah, he ate that night, and the next day I had to re-up. You know what I'm saying?
Still
he pulled up on you. He's like,
yeah,
yo,
we're still recording.
Yeah. All right. Love y'all, man.
I love you
Peace.
too.
Yo.